you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, 100% RC, Professor Damian Flowers, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fans Sportscast.
Welcome, man, sports fans. Welcome to the Voice of the Fans Sportscast. I'm your host, Ben Swift Reynolds. We have Taylor Gatwood, RC, and Professor Flowers. You are watching the best sports podcast in the world. Yeah, we like LeBron. We like to self-proclaim over here. What's going on, fellas?
Oh, man. What can I say? Last week was hectic.
Man, I'm glad you feeling a little better, man.
Yeah, I'm probably about 90%.
90%. So what got you?
Just upper respiratory stuff.
Ah, shoot. Yeah, that joint sucked. Yeah, I remember, I think it was like a month ago I had a call out because I was feeling bad. And that's the weather for you.
I just don't want to come up here. I mean, I just don't want to come on the show and sound bad and, stink up the joint.
They'd be sounding like Coach O. Don't talk.
Yeah. Sound like Doc after a game.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to sound like that.
Yeah. I remember RC be telling me, like, I be sick. RC, man, he be saying, don't show up to the show. Man, go and take that day off. Get that rest. Have sick days on the show too, guys. I mean, use them.
Life.
They ain't making much, but use the sick days. So, man, we got a couple of topics to cover, a couple of overtime topics too to dig into. But first, let's start off with what happened at Duke versus Wake Forest. So if y'all not familiar about the situation, I have a clip. I like showing clips. Just make things a lot better and a lot easier too. So I'm about to show y'all this clip of what happened to, I want to say Raleigh Polowski or something like that. He's Duke star player. So everybody up in arms about this. And this what happened.
Sure, these players get off the court safely, whether it's create a blockade with your security so the students on both ends can't get on the court, but you've got to have something in place. We played Duke, college game day game, my next to last year. Fortunate enough to win. The day before, there was a full plan and a meeting where they had exactly what was going to happen. We're fortunate enough to win this game, X, Y, and Z. And you know what? Virginia Tech executed it absolutely.
So I want to show you the first beginning so
make sure
y'all see what happened.
These players get off the court safely, whether it's create a block.
There you go. So Wake Forest upset Duke, and they stormed the court, and the Duke coach had this to say. So I'm gonna let y'all listen to what he had to say real quick.
Court storming. Like, when are we going to ban that? Like, how many times does a player have to get into something where they get punched or they get pushed or they get taunted right in their face? And it's a dangerous thing. And I don't want that to take away from the game that Wake played. Because Wake played a big-time game. Salas was as good as could be today. And hats off to them. But you look around the country, and Caitlin Clark, something happens. And now Flip, I don't know what his status is going to be. He sprains his ankle. And it's one thing, like when I played, at least there was 10 seconds in the court, you would storm the court. Now it's the buzzer doesn't even go off, and they're running on the floor. And this has happened to us a bunch this year. It's part of it. I don't want this to take away at all from Wake. They earned it. They deserve the win. Steve is a hell of a coach.
All right, enough of that. So as y'all saw, the Duke player got hurt when Wake Forest stormed the court. RC, I'm gonna let you take a stab at this first. What do you think of the whole incident?
Well, it's been going on for years, man. Like, I'm sure a lot of this is kind of like goes back to having too much access. You know, you nitpick every little thing. Everything is an issue now. Part of pageantry, man. They stormed they stormed the fields, they stormed the court. They need to have some better security, more security in place to kind of control it and corral it. But we splitting hairs. You know what I'm saying? It's a topic. You know, we're creating an issue where it's kind of like you can kind of pick out how many times this probably happened. Somebody got hurt. Like looking at dude, you see people running like that. Why are you ducking down anyway? That's why you probably lost the game. If I go back and watch the game, when you're ducking like that when someone's coming to the basket, like, dude, you got to be able to protect yourself. You clothesline the shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you just get out the way. But it's kind of like one of those things that goes back to we just nitpick everything now. We got too many cameras on everything, and so it's unfortunate guy got hurt, but we'll live.
Gatwood, what's your thoughts on the whole incident? Should sporting events ban court storming?
No, I agree with what RC was saying. I mean, you can't just completely ban that. I mean, I feel like that's the fun part of a lot of the students go to the game for stuff like that. I mean, that's part of the game. I mean, I like the way the coach kind of like handled it though. I mean, he still gave the other team credit. You know, I mean, freak accidents happen. That's just, you know, part of it. Like RC said though, I mean, he could have done something different than started ducking. He could have got out of there quicker.
Right on. Actually, I was part of a court storming back in high school when my boys hit the game winner, and so I can't. I fouled out the game, so it was a close game. And I fouled out, and
of course you did.
Great line.
I did, man.
Yeah,
Why y'all think I'm just pulling this story out in there?
No, we believe you found out. We believe it. Yeah, we believe you found out.
Oh, okay, yeah. You know, I don't foul out too many times, but the real got me on this bull crap blocking call, whatever. But yeah, I fouled out and he hit the game winner and we ran on court. I remember pushing over students to get to my guy. So it's just like, to me, when I saw the video, it seemed like he was trying to trip the fan. Like the fan was beelining towards the players, and it seemed like he was kind of salty and stuck his leg out.
No,
and that's how he got injured. That's how I look in the video, because the player was walking, the fan was nowhere near the player. He kind of like brushed into him. So, Flower, what do you get with the narrative that the Duke player stuck his leg out on purpose? That's what caused the injury.
I don't want to, call somebody, playing victim, but I can say the Caitlin Clark stuff too. Like, it's like they look for something to make somebody feel sorry for you, because you can easily get out the way. But the easiest fix to this is, like the coach said, 10 seconds before when he played, it was 10 seconds before, the fans could get onto the court. Just get the players off the court before, because I will say this: people are more careless nowadays than what it used to be. Because we've been saying this for years, and it's sad that it's happened twice, but I feel like both instances are kind of wishy-washy, because I feel like both of them could have got out the way, but you can look at the fans and tell that they do run on the court, and like you said, they want to talk shit to the players. And you remember the Caleb Williams stuff with Notre Dame, just stuff like that. Like we cannot let it get to the point to where, okay, what if one of these players, defend themselves and hit somebody, then we'll have this person will cry wolf situation, So it's just best to get the players off the court. Get these players off the field for these fans, rush these fields and courts. They need to get more security in these places, especially for stuff like this. But I know the coach wasn't trying to take away, but, congrats to Wake Forest. But, let's move on. It is what it is.
I just want to say this. Like, at the top of your head, how many injuries have y'all thought about that happened to players doing
just them two
court storming?
Yeah,
I never really heard much of players getting hurt doing.
Because people get out of the way. You know.
What Flowers was saying when he was saying, like the fans are more reckless now. It's because of social media. They all want to go viral. Do something stupid. To go viral.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So I hate them to ruin that tradition, but hey, it is what it is. To protect the players and whatever.
College is no longer college.
Yep.
No more fan experience. Yep. All right, guys, let's get down this. LeBron James defend his son on social media, and he was not having it. He was not having it. He said he getting tired y'all picking on his son and talking noise via social media. So he had this to say. ESPN, NBA Central on Twitter released a report. They said ESPN had removed Bronny James from his 2024 mock draft. Now it projects him to be selected in 2025. So LeBron, he came out and said this. Can y'all please just let the kid be a kid, enjoy college basketball? The work and results will ultimately do the talking no matter what he decides to do. If y'all don't know, he doesn't care what a mock draft says, okay? He just works, earn, not given, period, exclamation mark. Then he said, and to all the other kids out there striving to be great, just keep your head down, blinders on, keep grinding. Y'all hear that? Keep grinding. These mock drafts doesn't matter one bit. I promise you, only the work matters. Let's talk real basketball, people. Let's talk real basketball. Flowers. That's a lot of words. That's a lot of words from King James there. The king has spoken. He has spoken.
The king sets himself up for the kind of things, man, because there's evidence of LeBron saying, "Well, Bronny can play with today's players." And look, I'm not trying to take nothing away from the kid because some people aren't fair about this situation because the kid didn't have a full training camp with USC. He had a heart condition. He was out. So they're weaning him back. So I really don't know what Bronny James Jr. is, honestly. I'm in the mindset of the kid he's young, he's a kid. Obviously, he's a lot of basketball he needs to learn and work at. And of course, he's not even, let's say he's not a grown man yet. There's a lot of developing to do. But of course, he garners the name James. And like I said, with LeBron's, quote unquote in the locker room saying, well, LeBron, Junior can play in this league now. It looks bad, of course, and of course the internet is gonna run with it. LeBron's best objective or ideal, in my mind, the objective should be don't say anything. Just let the process play out with Bronny Jr. If he needs to go back to school, go back to school. There should be no rush. He's only 17, or he's 18, I think now. But what's wrong with staying in school? And that's what's wrong with the game now. That's why these players are messed up now because there's no true guide of development over here in the United States because you can go to G League at night, you can go to the G League, you can go to college, you can go to overseas. The overseas players, they have professional leagues that they go to. They have teams. They have structure. They have everything. Just everything over here is just so damn rushed, man. And that's the problem with, especially basketball. Everything is just so rushed. That's because it's just about money. Everybody's so quick to want to make a damn dollar nowadays that they don't take the time to want to develop and actually play the damn game. And, once it becomes, being not about money and just getting back to fundamentals and actually learning how to play the game, basketball will be better. But and I know I'm getting off topic in a sense, but this just falls in the overlying thing what's wrong with basketball right now because that kid doesn't have to come out right now. It's obvious that he's not ready. So why should the internet be on there? But this is the world we live in. They'll talk shit to LeBron. Of course, LeBron feels like he got to go back at it. Just let the kid develop, bro. Just let Bronny Jr. be Bronny Jr. And that's gonna have to be you not saying anything, and you having to be daddy, and force your power around just to prove a point about your son. But I'll move on.
Right on. I felt like he shouldn't spoke anything of the mock draft or anything like that because he already been putting his son up on a pedestal. So it's social media, man. People clown all day. I clown all day on social media. I don't mean this was that people always just do, just having fun, not taking anything really serious about it. Gatwood, what were your whole thought process of hearing LeBron's statement?
I mean, pretty much the same. I mean, Flowers pretty much hit the nail on the head on that one. I agree. I mean, he's always gonna have a target on his back just because his last name's James. But when LeBron says, let the kid be a kid, but then, a few months prior, however long it was, saying he could play in the league right now, I mean, that's not letting a kid be a kid. Kind of putting that pressure on him, saying he can be in the league right now. You can't. I mean, you can't say both those things and then backtrack a couple months later.
Yeah, backtrack just because a mock draft comes out. Like, nobody even take mock draft seriously. So why would he even take that seriously?
LeBron can't take one serious because he was number one, when he was a sophomore. So what does he know about a mock draft? He had to have no damn workout for nothing.
And mock draft's not even like set in stone. It's just a mock. That's what it is. A straight mock. So RC. Oh, go ahead. Go and finish your thought real quick, Flowers.
Say was we can't sit up here and say, look, Bronny James Jr. is just going to be a top 5 pick. That's childish to say right now, and especially what we've seen. But I just feel like they've been weaning him alone. But let's get to see.
Yeah, all right, RC, your time to speak on it. What's going on here?
When that man said that he wanted to play ball with his son in the league, you already said that you knew your son was going to be in the NBA. The expectation started right there. You created the unrealistic expectations right there. You put the bullseye and the target on his back right there. You basically just said he gonna be there because I'm waiting on him. And then on top of that, can y'all tell me the last NBA or NFL player that was child or son or daughter that you seen play on any level of any sport where they were just great and dominant as their parents? Like Barry Sanders. Say it again.
Probably King Griffey Jr.
King Griffey Jr. But his daddy wasn't good. Like his daddy was great. His daddy wasn't great.
He was decent. Yeah.
His daddy was good. I'm talking about Cal Ripken. I'm gonna give you some names. Barry Sanders, Cal Ripken, Emmitt Smith, Jerry Rice, Michael Jordan. I'm talking about that caliber of player. The Sanders are to be continued. I still don't think they're gonna be as great as they dad. That's a lot of pressure. So you name this kid after you. And then
how was Barry Bonds' pops? I can't remember.
Say it again.
Yeah, Barry Bonds' dad was good.
I thought he was an all-star.
Was pretty good.
Yeah, Bobby Bonds was good.
But he's not as great as
he
Barry
wasn't
Bonds.
he wasn't buried.
So my point is, you either gonna have a great dad or a great son, but you ain't gonna have both of them gonna just be all world together. You got two goats in the house. The issue with LeBron James and what you need to understand is your son, your baby boy, is having him. You moving him around because he can't start. You're trying to find a way to accommodate. I seen Dwayne Wade go through the same thing with his son, trying to put him in instead of taking a Carmelo Anthony route and allow him to develop quietly. Carmelo hardly ever talks about his son. Just let him play.
Yes.
The world is already waiting on him to fail anyway. Michael Jordan had 2 sons. One played at Illinois, one played at Central Florida, but they were never going to be Michael Jordan. It's too much, right? So my issue with LeBron is you created this monster.
Yep.
You created this monster. We smart enough to know, Bron, that story, that Space Jam is about Bronny. Bronny don't look like a person that just loved basketball. He's just a kid. You can just tell that it's something that he's doing. I don't think it's priority to him. I don't think the health. I don't think he can't beat out the guys on his team. So how you gonna come to the league and be a starter? Like, in the perfect world, guys, I don't care how hard you're gonna work. There's some people you're not gonna beat out. See what I'm saying? Do you know there was can somebody tell me who was the other linebacker beside Ray Lewis? That played for the Baltimore Ravens. Is it a household name?
It was Bullaware, wasn't it? Bullaware.
Okay, can somebody tell me the guy behind him?
Hartwell. James Hartwell.
Oh, Hartwell.
Oh, Jamie Sharp, excuse me.
Sharp.
Behind Ray Lewis didn't have a chance in hell. He probably bigger, faster, stronger, but you just not gonna pass, guys. So I feel sorry for Bronny, man, because he just he walking in them some big shoes to fill, and your dad already basically saying you in the league. That's the Bronx. He dropped the ball on that.
There's not many. There's not many that
One
are
bloodline.
it's gonna be as good as their dad. I mean, maybe like Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yeah.
Even Chris McCaffrey outshined his dad.
Asante Samuel Jr.
Either the daddy gonna be really good and the son gonna be okay, or the son gonna be really good. Because even though we said Barry Bonds is the best baseball player I've ever seen in my life. I don't give a damn about no steroids. Like I seen him do a home run derby. It was like he was picking his nose. Like it was just the way he was hitting the ball. It looked like he just in his comfort zone, man. When they make stuff look easy,
never seen anything else like it.
Man.
Yeah, that's a very good question. I might go ahead and do some research.
I do have a family before we move on. I just thought about this one. The Matthews bloodline.
Talking about Clay?
Clay Matthews, Bruce Matthews.
Okay, but
dad. His uncle was office.
Uncles though.
Yeah, uncle.
Uncles though.
But I'm saying Jerry Rice's son will not be considered a GOAT, right?
No.
Michael Jordan's sons both play basketball. They're not considered a great all-time great. They're not top 25 in nothing. That's my point I'm trying to make. When you look at a Barry Sanders, all-time great, his sons, he had two sons that play sport, but one son playing basketball now and the other one played football. It's like it's hard to walk in those shoes and try to be as good as your pop.
Yeah, most of the time when you have an all-star father like that, or Hall of Fame father, they usually the son usually just be a pretty good role player or some of that caliber. They never
look. But right though, it's always been that way. Like if one's not good, the other one's good. Like the father was good. Yeah.
Glenn Rice got a son. Patrick Ewing got a son.
Yeah.
Kenny Martin got a son. Like Gilbert Arenas, all of them gonna have a
Shaquille
son.
O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal's son. So, but that's an issue because you got to think. Even the ball boys, when they come into the league, everybody like, I'm finna bust your ass because I know who your daddy is. They probably hear it like, your daddy can't save you now, Bronny. I guarantee you, Bronny's on the court, and guy from Arizona is dribbling up the court like, man, you about to it's the topic is, your daddy can't save you now. I'm finna give it to you.
That's why I forgot what player they said that. He said he'd never name his son after him because all the pressure. I forgot who said that.
Who y'all think?
Go ahead.
In any sport, who do y'all think like dad and son are on like pretty much the same level of being good?
The best father duo?
Ooh. Father son like on the same level.
That's tough.
That's tough.
I think Vlad Jr. maybe one day could, but he ain't gonna be as good as Dad.
I'm gonna tell you why Vlad Jr. won't catch Vlad. Vlad played gonna play a longer career. His dad played a longer career. He was a specimen. He looked different. Vlad a little bit more like he looked like to me. It's just like
lame. Yeah.
He kind of lazy looking like his daddy was a dog, man. He got like his daddy was. That's my favorite player. Guy with the bat and the no gloves and the hit and the hop. Like that was my guy. Like so I watched him closely, and it's gonna take a lot. It's kind of like Dennis Rodman Jr. He trying to run up and down the court and get rebounds, but it don't look the same. It don't look the same. Like the worm was tipping the ball to himself, and like, and it's no knock to those kids, man. But that's tough. Like that's tough to come by.
It is.
You think Arch Manning gonna be good as his uncle?
No.
Nah.
We see that now.
Speaking of kids, we'll watch this one clip. Phillip Rivers' son. Actually, I clipped that video. So hold on, let me show y'all real quick. I think his name Gunner Rivers.
This the
oldest one?
Yeah, the oldest out of 12.
Yeah. Out of the whole football team. So y'all tell me how y'all think Gunner gonna be. I'm not gonna show the whole clip. I'm just show a little bit. little bit
damn
of gunner.
secondary in these. I'm watching the
It looked like a
quarterback.
zone. It was bad.
Bro, what is that?
But that's a
see
little
it
bit
gotta
son
let
duo
go.
right there. That's a little bit of son duo right there. Gunner
No.
and Phillip. Gunner.
And he only in
You don't
ninth
think
grade,
Gunner?
though, isn't he? He only in like ninth grade, I think.
No, bro.
Lacing that thing like that.
Listen, bro. Phillip Rivers. I mean, his son, I watched the DVs just like watch the guy running by. I'm like, listen, it's no knock on the kids. It's incredibly tough to have two people in your family who are considered all-time great. It's just not normal. God don't work like that. That's hard. Like, you gotta understand. You gotta understand like this. Griffey got the most beautiful swing ever, but nobody ever talks about his dad's swing. Where did Griffey get that swing from?
He born with it.
Very solid question.
There you go, Gatwood. There you go. You just can't recreate that. Kobe Bryant got a nephew that's playing basketball right now.
His daddy played basketball too.
So, yeah, Jelly Bean didn't look nothing like Kobe did.
Nope,
Okay.
nothing like it. Nothing like it.
Okay. So it's tough, man. It's tough.
Did y'all see that where T. Morant played with Ray Allen in high school?
Yeah.
That's funny. That was funny to me.
So think about it, man. So think about this before we move on. This is a question this is why I say sports analysts and ESPN. This is lazy. These questions that should be asked and should be people should look at that and say, well, even if Bronny does make the NBA, that's an achievement because a lot of them guys don't even make the league. Barry Sanders' son did not make the league at all. Like, you got to think about it, man. Some of them kids, they succumb to that pressure. So Bronny makes it to the league.
You
that's
know
an
what?
accomplishment.
But you know what, though, see? People not looking at the fact of the matter. LeBron telling you, I just thought about this. I know we trying to move on. But LeBron's telling you the mock draft don't matter. Like, it doesn't matter if Bronny James Jr. gets drafted or not. Somebody can still pick him up. He doesn't have to be drafted in the first or second round and go to the league. He can just be brought in as an undrafted free agent.
But why would you
sign him?
This is the thing, though. I'm like Carmelo. Why would you want your son, if you feeding your son to the wolves, like for your personal interest or gain, for you wanting to be in the league to play with you, like what coach gonna put him in the game with you anyway? Hey,
But who, like you said though, see, who is this benefiting more, Bronny or LeBron?
LeBron.
Because he want to be the first father, son. He want to be the first to do something.
Right. That's it. It's all about being the first in everything for LeBron.
He can't
in order to be the greatest. Like, in order for he to be the greatest, right?
He can't beat Michael Jordan because Jordan beat it first. Scottie Pippen is Michael Jordan's son. Michael Jordan is Scottie Pippen's dad, right? Up until the last dance, he was praising Michael Jordan. That was the best teammate ever. And then, now all of a sudden he's bitter. But I just feel like, man, I'm like you, Flower. I think that's a good question. They need to ask somebody to ask that question. Is this for you or is this for the kid?
Right.
If they asked him that,
is this another notch on your belt or what is this?
He get crazy if somebody asked him.
We need Skip Bayless to ask that question.
Yeah, hey, I'll say, LeBron, is this going on your documentary? The last run, the last ride? Because I know it's coming.
Yeah. And this would be a perfect end to him playing with his son at the end.
Part of his farewell tour idea.
He wants to add it to the basketball reference page.
Yeah, look, how about that? His son be part of his farewell tour. What a time to be alive.
Because he still wants to get paid too.
Who?
LeBron, he still wants to get paid. So he's not gonna come cheap. Like he's gonna go work. Like the draft is. Check this out. The draft is 2 or 3 days before free agency. LeBron can opt out and be a free agent and go wherever. Like, so the draft can play itself out. He can already see where Bronny going, whoever takes him.
Boy,
it's supposed to be a 2-man package.
Big. I know you don't drink. Listen, but you get you a Snapple, you shake it up really good, and you pop that Snapple and you drink on that day. Because when LeBron leave us, we back, baby. We back.
I'm back, baby. I'm putting all the LA gear.
We back.
I've been taking care of it and dusting dust off of it. Make sure it's prestige.
It's a circus right now.
It's a circus
right now. It's a circus. It's a circus
right now. I ain't watching it for sure.
They're way too talented too. The Lakers, like they should be way better than they are.
Well, when Austin
Play
Reeves
better
was
with
playing like that, having up and down games, when put in his breakout year, then something's wrong.
take LeBron off the court. They play better.
Oh yeah, the game that LeBron missed due to the ankle injury, man. Austin Reeves went off. He went off.
D'Angelo Russell, Reeves. I mean, they play better without LeBron, in my opinion.
It looked like they look like they just playing their game.
Yeah, they just playing. Yeah,
They moving
they
moving the ball around.
Hachimura.
And yeah,
Hachimura plays better too.
You got that right. All right, let's go to game scores from last night. I know it was as many games. I did underdog. I did underdog, and I'm been seeing all these people on underdog.
I'm so mad I can't use underdog in Alabama, man. I've been missing using that app.
Man,
you got the better one though.
Huh?
Yeah, prospects.
You got the better one.
You
You
use
got the better one
prospects.
though.
I don't know, man. I have a special place in my heart for underdog, man.
I feel you. Man. I feel you.
I'm right there with you, bud. I love underdog.
All right, the Bulls beat the Pelicans 114-106. Right now, the Pelicans are in 7th place. You know, if the playoff
Wild West
play-ins started, you know, they 7th right now. The Suns beat the Lakers 123-113. They won. They'll manhandle them, but of course, the final score tells something different. Suns right now are 6. How y'all feeling about the Suns? I'll let Gatwood take this. How you feel about the Suns?
I actually watched them play the Rockets the other night, and we beat them. They're pretty. I mean, they're just inconsistent. I don't know. It's like Booker and KD. It's like, I mean, I'm not saying they don't play good together. It's just I feel like they don't let the role players get involved enough. And I don't know. I'm not a fan of Nurkic either. He's just not a good center to me. Like, he's not a good rim protector. He's kind of soft.
He's a rebounder.
That's about it. He's kind of like Zubac.
Yeah.
He's like Zubac with the Clippers. I mean, it's like the same thing.
But what's so crazy? He can score, but it just seemed like you said, inconsistent. And then night in, night out.
They got some nights when they're hot. I mean, they're really good because I mean they got shooters. They got Grayson Allen, Eric Gordon gets hot, but you know Eric Gordon could be inconsistent too. I don't know. They just and Bol Bol's actually been playing pretty good lately.
Yes.
Thanks to Shaq. Shaq put him back on the map.
Don't you find weird that a lot of these good teams are inconsistent?
No.
The West is tough.
Yeah, I don't find
everybody in the West is good.
There's a lot of inconsistency going on this year.
Because may I?
Yeah, go ahead.
A lot of the inconsistencies come from the mindset of the players. I mean, you've seen this in the All-Star break. I hate that I wasn't on last week because I would have grilled their ass last week. But it's playing to the mindset, you know. Look, 82 games are too much. You know, I can't do back-to-backs. My pinky hurts, and you know this and that, and that leads to the mind being inconsistent and these averages not being up to par like they need to be. These players are not mentally tough. You know, they're young. So they come in, they don't have vets like they used to back in the day to instill the tough mindset on them. And like I said, they don't have to endure what these older players had to endure. Like this is the players league they're being catered to. And a lot of the inconsistencies are just because of the mindsets of these youngsters. That's all.
Yeah, it's telling too with some of these good teams. Like the Celtics or the Bucks, they shouldn't be they shouldn't be struggling here, especially the Bucks. The Bucks should not be struggling. Right now, I think they're 3-7 with Doc.
They'll play. They won yesterday. I think they'll start playing a little better. They'll play better as long as Dame comes out and be Dame. They need Dame to be Dame first and foremost. I want to talk about the Celtics real quick.
Go ahead.
Jason Tatum, sir. You're 6'10", about 230, 240 pounds. I don't need to see you take 15 step-back jumpers a game, sir. When I see you drive to the hole, sir, and be physical and get those easy buckets, that's when you get your 28, your 30 plus. You know, I see him settle too much, And I just think the Celtics are good, but I just don't think they'll ever reach their full potential because they're too much of a jump shooting team. And that's because of analytics. That's what Missoula thinks that works best for them. I don't think that's the antidote for them. I think they need to use their athleticism. That's why they lost to go. That's why they lost to Golden State in the finals. They had a better team. They're bigger and stronger and faster. Use that to your advantage. You can come down and shoot a three anytime. You can get that. You see it more
Get
and
that
more in
shot.
transition and all this. But put your head down, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and get buckets. I rest my case.
It's
Do people even foul out anymore? Cause back in the day when I played, you know what I'm saying, it was all about taking it to that player, especially as the best player, getting in foul trouble, taking it to him,
Look,
drive to the hole, being physical.
that that's
Like,
why that's why I laugh when people say, "Well, like these 3-point finesse shooting teams would beat the 0-1 Lakers." Shaq would have fouled every damn body out early too. Yeah, these teams would be in foul trouble early. You know, and I know it's a skill. Look, the '90s are now, of course, there's a skill set gap. A lot of people couldn't go left. Hell, a lot of people can't go left now. You know, but the main
right.
objective is still to put the ball in the basket. But it's just too many 3-point shots going up. That's why you're not seeing people foul out. Like you might see Embiid's probably the most dominant player, along with Jokic when he wants to be. So they'll get players to foul out, but other than that,
But
man, people shooting 30
yeah,
plus
it's
threes a
weird. As
night.
a guard, you know what I'm saying? I was taught to get the other guards and foul trouble, take it to them, be physical. And we saw that with Kobe, Reggie Miller, Michael Jordan, Ray Allen. They'll find a way to get them guys in foul trouble by having those slick moves, getting their hand in there while they shooting the jump shot. It's kind of
Luka
weird now that people don't use that to their advantage.
Luka said something on a podcast he was on. He said that they should take defensive 3 seconds out the game. I agree with him. Let the center just because, especially because of the spacing now. They call 3 seconds so quick on these big man wheels in the paint. Maybe they need to implement that so defense could probably be a little better in the league.
Yeah. All right, move it from more than 3 seconds. Got 3 seconds now.
Just take it out. Just take it out.
All right. The Kings beat the Clippers 123-107. A lot of people still have the Clippers as their favorites coming out of West, besides the Nuggets.
Not me.
We'll see.
All right. The Hornets beat the Trailblazers 93-80. The Jazz beat the Spurs 128-109. The Hawks beat the Magic 109-92. The Nuggets beat the Warriors 119-103. They said Curry had a terrible game.
Yep.
The Thunder beat the Rockets 123-110. The Cavaliers beat the Wizards 114-105. And if I can see the last score, the Pacers beat the Mavericks 133-111. And of course, the Bucks beat the 76ers 119-98. So
poor Sixers.
I watched that Rockets and Thunder game.
Mm-hmm.
We had them until about the third quarter, and they started switching Şengün on Holmgren. Holmgren was just cooking him, and then they pulled out in front after that. It was over with after that.
It was a wrap.
We don't have rim protection. That's the Rockets' problem. We just don't really have a rim protector. So
no, baby.
They were getting to the rim. SGA was driving, getting layups like every other play. That's their problem.
Yeah, y'all still young. Y'all a very young team. So y'all got.
Oh, I actually enjoy watching them this year. I like Udoka. He's a good coach.
All right, let's transition over to the NFL real quick. I'm trying to figure out where I want to start at. Y'all want the sports news first?
Yeah, go on, lay it on me.
Okay. All right, there's reports out that people think Brandon Staley would end up as the defensive coordinator for the 49ers.
I don't believe it.
I see you shaking like that's all you gotta do. You just shake your head over there like
you could be the defensive coordinator for the 49ers. We go to the Super Bowl. Because you know what? You know why? Steve Wilkes just proved it. Steve Wilkes didn't stop Green Bay or Detroit, and we ended up in the Super Bowl. So it ain't no joke. I mean, all we need is somebody. That's what I'm saying. It's like the defense is not the reason why we lost the Super Bowl, sir. It's the offense.
You know, when Staley gonna call
But
wild defensive
but
scheme on
that's the
4th and
problem I
1.
have with the NFL. This dude gets fired for not producing with talent, and then he's the leading candidate for a job. No, man, that ain't right. But it don't matter who it is.
It ain't.
What happened to Bieniemy? Why is Bieniemy going to college now?
Hold on. You jumping the gun there, Gatwood. Got down the sports news. T. Higgins, they told him he's gonna be tagged. So y'all think he gonna get moved, or what would y'all do if y'all had T. Higgins? Would y'all
keep him
They're
one more year.
They're gonna keep
him one more year.
Yeah, he gonna
keep
stay.
him 1 more year? Okay,
Yeah,
you could
try to
fix
make
the
one
whole
more
line
run.
if y'all trade, man. Yeah, like the Bengals not short of receivers.
You can draft.
But you don't get rid of
You can draft one. They need fit.
No.
Well,
You don't get rid of chemistry like that.
No, bro.
The
When
Texans
he's
got
on the field compared to off, it's huge, man.
the Texans got a 2nd round pick for him.
no, that would be a good one. That would. So Gatwood, you have your testing jerseys now? Or what's going on here? Cause I just when I made the post about the team and everything, I just threw the Texans under your favorite team. Cause I knew you were probably coming back soon.
Oh yeah, we back. We back now.
Okay, yeah, I figured so.
I was like you with LeBron, man. They just had to get rid of all the cancer, man.
Oh man. There's sources out there that said multiple teams are interested in trading for Sam Howell. I wonder, RC, you think you know what team is probably interested in that?
I mean, Sam Howell is Derek May. I mean, so I feel like I haven't until North Carolina quarterback actually come in the league and do something outside of college.
Mm-hmm.
They're all the same. So Sam Howell, to me, probably a good backup somewhere. I don't know if he's a starter, but the NFL has shown me every year that they're going to give certain guys a chance to keep playing, even though they don't play well. But he had a good year. I mean, he didn't have a bad year.
Right.
So I could see him going over there and backing up Aaron Rodgers, or maybe going to the Giants or something like that.
Giants, Vikings. Yeah, that's not too many teams. It's just probably want Sam Howell.
If the Vikings don't re-sign,
maybe
Kirk
back
Cousins,
up Jets. He got a pretty good one to play in New York. He go back up Aaron Rodgers for 2 years, something like that.
If the Vikings don't re-sign Kirk, it sounds like Jettis is gone.
Well, yeah, I seen a report that they showing a little interesting in trading him to another team or so. So they taking phone calls right now.
He's recovering from
Jefferson. Oh wow.
Yeah.
So they all taking phone calls because, like you said, when the last time a team won something by paying a wide receiver out the wazoo?
They don't want.
It usually end up hurting the team anyway.
But that's what I don't understand, man. I don't understand the whole whoever created this whole. This must have been Mel Kiper too, where the quarterback is the only one get paid. Because if you think about it, man, you guys criticize quarterbacks, call them game managers, but they throwing the guys. And the guy y'all say is the guy, happen to be the receiver who catching the ball, have all his yak yards. You don't think he's deserving of the money? Because if you think about it, Joe Montana throwing to Jerry Rice, who was the GOAT. So once Jerry catch the ball, he's doing all the work, right? On the slant. So why that position is deemed undeserving of a big payday? That don't make sense.
Because they're not winning. I mean, the Vikings already done this with Kirk Cousins and JJ. They not winning anything.
Okay, but you paid Kirk Cousins, you didn't win, so you might well pay the damn receivers and not win too. Just give me my money.
I think they'll put you in a bigger hole, though.
Vikings got a bunch of holes, man.
Well, we saw them come out flat this year. They look terrible.
Okay, they Jefferson. People are not gonna go to the game. Well,
I would just say this. I think they might pay JJ because Kirk Cousins might be out the door anyway. So
why wouldn't you pay him if he's out the door? Wouldn't you want him to be there to wing somebody along?
So you wouldn't pay Randy Moss big money?
Yeah, I ain't saying I wouldn't pay these guys. I'm saying how these GMs are looking at it like, dang, we got 2 big contracts on the offense side.
That's what the Vikings do. This is what the Vikings do.
So bring in a new quarterback with no weapons. Oh,
right.
Jesus. That's when
That's what they do. Do they not do? They do that all the time. It blows my mind. They never address that issue.
I'm just calling it what it is.
Yeah, they do that a lot.
Let's get rid of one of the top 10 players in the NFL because we don't want to pay him. Who else we paying here? We ain't paying nobody else. Hell, pay him. Let's get a young quarterback in here that he can help bring along quicker than normal because he's a top 10 player.
Yeah.
Well, think about the Vikings. The Vikings over the years, like you said, Randy Moss, when he wanted to get paid, he was gone. Stephon Diggs, when he wanted to get paid, he got traded. And it's probably going to be the same thing with Jefferson because they got Addison now.
That's the ownership. They won't pay him.
They gotta really love you to pay you as a receiver. Like they just gonna have to really love that guy.
I mean, look at Jefferson's. Look at his persona. Look at his profile. He's Oakley shades. He's on this. He's on that. How many Jefferson jerseys you see are worn in Viking Stadium? Let's be real here. So if the ownership want to mess that up, hey, so be it.
That's why the Vikings haven't won anything.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true.
They won anything. Their loss.
All right. I know this gonna ruffle RC feathers here. This gonna get them riled up.
Hey, can't ruffle my fellas, brother. Ain't no bird.
Hey, everybody mute your mics, cause there's gonna be a rant here in a few minutes.
The man say he ain't no bird.
Dak is going to reset the QB market with a deal that pays him $60 million annually.
Says who?
Jerry Jones. He's got dementia.
He can't hold it in.
Bro, you know what?
What you gonna get your thoughts about that? He gonna reset the market.
You know what's crazy is when Pat Mahomes got that big deal, I was like, they crazy. They'll never win another Super Bowl. But Kansas City done figured out that deal stretched out like a baseball contract. So they were smart. Dallas don't want to win a Super Bowl. They do everything, everything. Like if you got a book of how to win a Super Bowl, they rewriting the book of how not to win a Super Bowl. This makes absolutely no sense. Everybody knew that Dak was playing for a contract, the way he was playing, but he did the same thing actually that he did a few years ago to get the contract that he got. But having Dak Prescott, the highest paid quarterback in the NFL, is unbelievably bad. That's the poster child of the league. If anybody, it should be Mahomes getting a new contract for what he's able to do. He's done less he's done more with less.
Well,
makes absolutely no sense.
Next man up, RC. It's next man up. That's how it works.
I'll pay. Let me tell you, I can name 7 quarterbacks I'll pay before I pay Dak Prescott.
Do you know where Mahomes is on the list right now? I think he's like 7th or 8th.
4. No, now I thought he was like 4.
Yeah, no, he's making like 40 something now compared to everybody else is making 50
and can't none of them beat him.
Nope.
You say he got stretched out like the baseball contract.
Well, he's making they pay him like 170 the first 2 or 3. And he's been making like 44, 45
it's smart
a year.
It's smart because it allows the team to win, continue to win, and be able to go out and get pieces. I think for me, for Dallas, you was the only team in the National Football League last year who played football without a middle linebacker.
You ain't lying.
You was the only team last year who was out there, had everybody convinced that, hey, this team is really legit. And you were built to pass rush, not to stop the run. Like when you build a defense, you're not going to have a perfect defense, right? But you want to be able to stop the run. You want to be able to control the pass. You want to be able to rush the pass. You want to be able to you're going to do something bad better than you do something else. But they completely couldn't stop the run for 2 seasons. For 2 whole seasons, they have not been able to stop the run. And you want to pay this guy on the other side who, I mean, it's nothing against that. It's just stupidity. Dementia ain't the word, Gabwood. I got another word. I just can't say it.
So y'all don't think if Dallas don't pay that, somebody else will? I mean, it's like the universe. It's just how it is. RC. It's just how.
I don't think he get. I wouldn't think he'd get 60 if Dallas was to cut him from his deal. I don't think he goes.
Listen to me. 60. Dallas, they're paying Trey Lance now. It don't make sense. Why don't get Trey Lance, put him behind Dak Prescott, just to keep paying Dak Prescott so Trey Lance wouldn't play when he needs to play? So it makes absolutely no sense. You should have just kept Cooper Rush. I think the Cowboys really, they are strategically losing. I'm not saying that they want to lose. It's just they're trying to build it in. We're in the 2000. We're 2024. They're stuck in the 90s, man. CeeDee Lamb, freaking Tony Pollard, and poor man's Troy Aikman, Dak Prescott. That's what they think they got the triplets again. No, they ain't got no triplets. They got the idiots. That's what they got.
Well,
The idiots. That's crazy.
That's what it is right now. That's what it is.
Well,
Would you pay, now look, would you pay, I'll pay Russell Wilson that money before I pay Dak Prescott. Yep.
Come on.
Because you know why? I've seen Russ do it. I ain't seen
But
Dak
we saw that it wasn't Dak's fault or what the Cowboys did versus Green Bay. I mean,
when
we got incompetence. Do we not have incompetence on the sideline and on the defense side of the ball? I mean,
no, fire somebody.
All going around
fire
with
McCarthy.
this football team.
They won't fire
when
McCarthy.
The game was in
they
hand,
always bringing these puppets. It's the same thing every year.
When the game was in hand, Dak made crucial turnovers. When the game was in hand, okay. Now listen to me now. Dan Quinn is so confident that it ain't him. He went right up the road in the division, saying, "Hey, look, I ain't scared of Dallas because I know that I didn't get to pick my groceries. I just cook what you brought in here." So you gave me a defense. You gave me a defense, bro. You gave me a defense with no linebackers. Who was the linebackers?
So that's what I'm saying. There's a whole bunch of incompetence that's producing this product. If you get the right people in the office, the right people on the coaching staff, I feel like Cowboys, they have a legit chance against the Super Bowl. But they have so much speed, they don't know what they're doing. That's all it is.
It don't matter if he has it all, man. Dak's still gonna choke.
No, man, don't run.
It's been looking that way.
They got a bunch of guys over there catfishing.
They don't even run the ball. They thought they were going the year with Tony Pollard. He did it. What,
man,
1 year by himself?
Bro. I don't care who's on your team. You gotta at least beat the Packers. I mean,
so when you this is the problem I have with Dallas. So when you pay Dak, you do realize you gotta pay CeeDee Lamb and you gotta pay that guy.
They already paid CD. I thought they already paid CD some money. No, they haven't.
You know, it's a good year.
Bro, listen to me. And CD
they gonna use tag. They kick in down the road. They don't use a tag.
You gotta pay Parsons too.
I won't pay him. I won't even worry about that.
You wouldn't pay Parsons? You wouldn't pay Parsons?
Well, he's so interested in doing a podcast.
You gotta pay Bland. Like you gotta pay.
I wouldn't even play Bland. Like Bland got them interceptions on some bad throws. Like half of them throws was.
But look, hold on.
I don't know.
You gotta pay production, but watch this.
Yeah.
Guess what the Cowboys? They the only team in the league that they star player on defense is the mirror image of their star player on offense. If Michael Parsons and Dak Prescott ain't the same player playing on the other side of the ball, they don't show up in the big game. That's a good one right there. That's there you go. Put that on YouTube. Same player. When the game on the line, can't find that nowhere.
I feel, you know what I'm saying? Parsons more.
I ain't doing Parsons like that yet.
He want to do podcasts. He think that's more important than talking than actually showing up to the game. So why would I pay him?
Yeah, well, look, man. I think the kid is off, but the kid, go look at the kid in big games and tell me where you at.
I mean, he didn't do nothing against the Packers. I mean, I agree with that.
He didn't do nothing against us, the Packers, the Eagles. Listen, he didn't do nothing against the Cardinals. Look, he didn't do nothing against the Cardinals. Against the Cardinals, man. But when the game is, and I do believe he get held. Him and Nick Bosa get held more than
Nick Bosa. I don't want to start on that, man. That was ridiculous.
But I feel like Parsons, like he said with the podcast, he wants to be Draymond Green. He put the target on his back, and so therefore, and then they got him playing out of position. Man, I think that dude is a linebacker. He would be a terror, a stand-up linebacker like Khalil Mack, outside edge rusher, or you put him at Mike. That dude is a really good athlete.
He need to go to a 3-4 then.
They line him up over center and tell him to rush the pack. Come on.
This is what they need to do with him. First, second down, you stand him up, play him in the middle of the field. Third down, you move him around. That's how you play with him. Move him around.
Like they do my boy in Cleveland. Man, Myles Garrett, you don't know where he coming from.
Yeah.
You gonna
Right.
hear it. It's gonna sound like Waterboy when he get there.
Look, especially when they lost Vanderish and they had the safeties playing linebacker. Your best player has his hand in the dirt, being touched every play, being taken out the game. Why are you not standing him up?
But tell me
Right.
another team in the NFL that's played an entire season with a safety at linebacker, middle backer.
Only in nickel and dime packages, of course,
Yeah, the Saints do
but
that a
not
lot.
as your
They use
not in
3.
your base packages. You got a safety playing
Okay,
middle
when I think
linebacker. That's
about
crazy,
New
man.
Orleans, I think about Demario Davis. When I
And
think
Pete
about
Warner.
who your linebacker in Indianapolis, is it
Zaire
Franklin?
Franklin, EJ
Zaire
Speed.
Franklin. You can go to every team. When you get to the Cowboys, who you think about at linebacker? Keith Sweat. Nobody.
That's true.
So
Van Der Esch
come
was
on,
the
man.
guy.
That's true. That is
But
true.
he can't stay healthy.
Yeah. All right,
Van
let's
Der
go
Esch.
ahead and get through this news. Yeah,
Okay.
he can't stay healthy. Let's get through the news. The former Commanders offense coordinator Eric Bieniemy is finalized on a 2-year deal to join UCLA staff as an associate head coach. I ain't gonna read all that, so there you go. Flowers. He
Screwed up.
went to college. What's going on here? College?
If I'm not mistaken, I think Bieniemy's first job was at UCLA when he first started. I think he's doing a favor for Deshaun Foster. I think that's the coach now for UCLA. Sean's never been a head coach. You know, he's new to this. What's his name? What was the guy there before
Chip
Deshaun
Kelly.
just left? Where did Chip Kelly go?
He went
Ain't
to
like the
Ohio State.
Yeah, he's like the offensive coordinator for Ohio State now.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
Demoted.
Well, that's it.
What?
We're gonna see what we're gonna see what's gonna happen there. You know, maybe he want coaching college now, come a head coach there, and see what happens. I don't know.
Y'all see where Bill O'Brien went? He went to Boston College, man. I hope he goes 0-12.
You the head coach?
Hey, damn, this man
Yeah,
risk
head
bad
coach.
on him wherever he go. Like that,
Yeah, I can't
like
stand
he
it.
ain't
He
NFL
ruined it.
anymore. Gatwood,
He ruined too much for me, man.
he's
So he the
gonna
head
press you
coach?
wherever you go.
Yeah.
Trade DeAndre Hopkins for a bag of chips.
Yeah, I mean, I'll never forgive him for that. Ever.
Bag
Oh
of
man,
chips.
boy, Gatwood hot.
I was so happy.
Hey,
I'm sure you were. I'm sure you were.
I was happy as hell.
Traded Clowney for a 3rd round pick.
No, y'all got washed up. David Johnson.
Yeah, we traded DeAndre Hopkins for David Johnson in a 2nd round pick. That's the worst trade of all time, probably.
But you know, that's them guys impersonating or trying to emulate freaking Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick. They think that, hey, I can do what he did. No, you're not. You're not gonna get cheap labor.
Anybody, yeah.
David
Right
Johnson was
on,
on his last 2 legs.
Man, he didn't have 2 legs.
Dude, no, I remember Ben texting me when it first happened. The first report that came out was the Texans acquire David Johnson. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, that's all right. And then all of a sudden, 5 minutes later, DeAndre Hopkins is in the package.
Right.
I was like, you gotta be kidding me, man.
Like, back to back, I had to hurry up sending that to the group chat. I was laughing. I was like, no way. I was running around my house like, no way. What's going on? So Tim Hasselback came out and said that we done with sports news. We done with the NFL news. Tim Hasselback came out and said that Drake May is the best quarterback in the class. Man. And so ESPN released a 24 rookies rankings of quarterbacks. Caleb Williams is number 1. Jaden Daniels is number 2. Drake is number 3. JJ McCarthy is 4. Bo Nix 5. Michael Penix Jr. is 6. Spencer Rattler kind of remind me of that guy in Atlanta.
You really?
Yeah,
That's
really.
a good comparison.
I can see that.
Very good comparison.
Yeah, Spencer Rattler. Michael Pratt. What team is that's Tulane?
Yeah, Tulane.
I know he threw for a lot of yards, but he's like
them be the quarterbacks right there. They'll make it to the league.
Jordan Travis is number 9 from Florida State. Joe Milton from Tennessee. Yeah. He's number
That dude
10.
he's not
Got
very
a
good, but he's got a
cannon.
cannon. He's got a
Yeah,
cannon.
he got a cannon. He got a cannon. Sam Hartman from Notre Dame is number 11. He kind of remind me of He kind of remind me of Chase Daniels. Sam Hartman.
I'm sure he'd love to have that career.
He
Being a
does. I don't
backup.
know. He just does. Like the same, almost the same build. Both of them got arm. He just reminds me of Chase
No,
Daniels.
he's bigger than Chase Daniels. Chase Daniels like Brock
Chase
Purdy.
Daniels strong.
Yeah.
Chase Daniels strong.
He wasn't Chase Daniels made like
He was just short.
would he have like 3 starts in his career and had like made like 50 mil or something?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, he was in New Orleans for a
great
long
career right there.
period of time.
Yeah, he made it made.
And Austin Reed is
Look,
number 12th.
When they got JJ McCarthy at?
they had what, like
Number 4. They swearing up and down that he's the next guy.
Let me
That
tell
you
you
is still on him.
let me say this. The first 6 quarterbacks you named are better, in my opinion, are better than Drake May. Just because of experience and production, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the guys that have played in the big games, that's who I'd take my chance on.
I don't trust nobody from a football player from North Carolina.
Exactly.
Okay, if Drake May was so damn good, why hasn't he made it to the ACC championship in a watered down conference? In my opinion,
I guess they're gonna they're gonna have a lot of things to blame on, like the scheme, the defense, and all that.
I gave Bo Nick shit, right? Like I remember when he was at Auburn and he ran. That's just my opinion. He ran. He like a dog with his tail tucked between his legs. He ran up to Oregon, but he made something out of himself. I can respect that. Jaden Daniels was at Arizona State. I remember when he left, they were taking his cleats and shit out of his locker saying, "Oh, you suck." He goes to LSU, have a great junior year, senior year, wins the Heisman. Caleb Williams, like I've been, I felt about Caleb Williams, true freshman, Oklahoma, beat out your boy Spencer Rattler. Goes to a different conference. These players are just doing so much more than what I've seen Drake May do. Even JJ McCarthy, to be in Michigan for 4 years.
Yep.
He's been there 4 years, so he's developed. He's grown up, started a good bit, won that championship. So you've seen the growth and development there. I just haven't seen enough from Drake May, and I know you're gonna get caught. Like it's just like what's his name? Zach Wilson all over again. Oh, the arm talent.
Was there Zach Wilson took it by storm in the what's that pro day? His pro day.
Yeah, that's all you hear them say about Drake May. When he interview, he's gonna wow you. I don't want to hear that shit.
I don't want to care about the interview. I want to see can he ball.
Hey man,
I don't care. Anybody can answer questions.
I'm a quarterback guy. I always talk the quarterbacks up, man. I always be like, hey, bro, don't believe what you see. Because it's all about who drafting you and where and what, I'm always of the mindset, the later you go as a quarterback, the better you're gonna be off, better situations. Like because earlier on, if you take it number 1 overall, if it's the Commanders, I see the Commanders being better than the Bears. So I can see that working out for Caleb Williams. But go to them Bears who finna get rid of a good quarterback to bring you in there, same scenario, that they don't have a clue about what the hell they doing. They don't work. It's all about being drafted to stability, man. Like a quarterback needs 11 guys. He need 10 other guys. He needs a great coach, an offensive minded coach. He needs a real sound organization. Quarterback is tough. I think Zach Wilson's a damn good quarterback. I just think he ended up in New York right off the bat. If the only reason why Brock Purdy is in San Francisco playing the way that he's playing, he got drafted to a team that was ready to win and a coach who gonna put him in position to win. You could take right now, and this is just my opinion, I could be wrong, but if you take Zach Wilson and never send him to New York, because a lot of quarterbacks went to the dot. Joe Flacco leaves there and is reborn in Cleveland. If you take Trey Lance, send him to New York, and send Zach Wilson to freaking San Francisco, they still go to the Super Bowl. They might win it because the kid in college was allowed to play a certain way, and he's bigger kid than Purdy, bigger arm. So, man, Drake May, until a North Carolina kid proves that they can be great in the league, I'm gonna wait. But everybody else got to change.
All right, I don't hold my breath on that. All right, so Gadwood, if you're a team that's drafting a quarterback that needs a quarterback, who would you take out of that list?
Well, it depends where it depends where I'm drafting.
Yep.
Number one overall.
Number one, it's going to be Caleb Williams. That's who it's going to be. But me personally, I'd rather draft in the later rounds and get if I'm the Falcons, what are they number 8? I wouldn't mind seeing the Falcons get Jaden Daniels. Getting Jaden Daniels. If they got Jaden Daniels in the backfield with Bijan and maybe some play action with Kyle Pitts, Drake London, they might be all right. The Falcons they were pretty good last year. That's who I like. I like Jaden Daniels, but I'm an FBC guy.
I like Jaden.
Yeah, we better hope the Falcons just have a good OC in mind, because they do, as RC always point out, they have a defensive head coach with a young guy coming in. So we see how that meshes well. RC, who would you take?
One defensive head coach that I want to say that I'm gonna keep him off that list. I'm high on Dan Quinn. He's been in the Super Bowl. Dan Quinn gonna go get him an offensive coordinator. Cliff Kingsbury gonna have a good OC. So
I want to say, let's not do draft position. What quarterback do you like from that list that you just think highly of?
Question for me?
Yeah.
I like Michael Penix. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Listen, watching Michael Penix against that Michigan defense, he didn't lose that. This receivers and him, when to me, I feel like
he had no time.
They didn't have time, but then also it was times where the receiver ran the wrong route, and just Penix just looked like himself. He's been injury prone, but he's accurate. And accuracy in the national football is, man, look, you got a guy that can put it on him, because
right on.
That's the thing that Seattle needs. Seattle needs a consistent, accurate thrower, and that team will look different. We saw how when that's what the baby does down there in Arizona. The baby can put that ball on where it needs to go.
Yep.
You got to have guys in the league that throw darts, and I take a guy like that. One, he's older, and then two, he's accurate. So I like Penix Jr.
He's smart. He's a smart player. Yeah, RT, that was my player too.
I think Jalen Daniels is overrated. I think from Arizona to LSU. Yeah, I think.
I see you looking at my quarterback book over here. I see you learning something. You've been tuning into what I've been saying.
But I'd rather take a chance on him than Drake May.
Well, this is my thing, Gatwood. When I look at Jalen Daniels at Arizona State, I look at Jalen Daniels. That Neighbors kid is special. So it's kind of like what people was doing with Brock Purdy and others. Like, is it that Brock is, or is it the other end of it? And Drake May ain't had no elite neighbors. So he ain't had a number one guy that we just talking about that can take the top off of defense. So I think Drake May's issue with me is Trubisky and Howell and anybody else that's come out of North Carolina. Can he be the one to get rid of that whole curse and that stigma that comes along? Because that's what I had the same energy for Ohio State quarterback.
Yeah.
And Stroud ended that.
Yeah, Stroud was the first one, really.
So Flowers, who do you like from that list?
I love Penix. I'm gonna talk about James Daniels though, but Michael Penix. I remember when Michael Penix was at Indiana. All right,
it was good.
I seen flashes of him being pretty damn good in Indiana. Then he ended up getting hurt. Because Indiana hasn't been nothing, and that kid just showed up, and they're like, damn, they about to be Ohio State, And like they disappeared to go to Washington, and this is the result of it. Washington's in a national championship. So if that kid can get around a great organization, good offensive line, I know that the injuries probably scare teams and whatnot. But hey, I think the kid can make it in the league. But Jaden Daniels, the reason I like Jaden Daniels, and I know they had neighbors. I think I don't want to be unfair and say, well, he had this and that. Hell, Joe had Jefferson, and all these guys. And he put up 50, 60 touchdowns. And James Daniels did damn near the same thing, but the only difference was they had a defense. LSU ain't had no damn defense in the past 2 years. If they had a defense, we'd probably be talking, a different story, But I think the Daniels kid, I just like to see people go from one conference to another. And I can't really remember. I remember he used to put up numbers at Arizona State, but just to see him bring that from that conference to the SEC, the cream of the crop, well, one of the cream of the crops, and be productive, and from his junior year to be pretty damn good to his senior year to win the Heisman. I just think that says a lot about the kid. I remember him battling Bryce Young, different, amongst different things. But like you say, see, it helps to have talent. But I like kids like this quarterback bunch. We can say they're old, they're mature, they're more older than what we've been seeing, the past few years because we've been getting a lot of spring chickens coming out, and we're having to wonder, are they going to be this, or are they going to be that? With this group, I just think it's going to depend on where they end up. Chicago, for instance, I think this is a make or break for. Well, we're about to see how good Pose and them are because Pose comes from Kansas City, So I think Chicago fans have a sense to maybe Pose is going to bring what Ballard brought to Indianapolis because he's from Kansas City, and maybe Pose can build a team up there and bring some structure to that. So we'll see with that. But I do agree with you with Dan Quinn. We've seen him go to the Super Bowl. So shit, he gets an offensive coordinator. He's just gonna throw that thing over there. Man, he goes to Washington. He played them twice a year. So he knows what they have. The secondary was bad. Dan Quinn gonna clean that up. They got two studs on the defensive line. They got, a good front seven. That's all Dan Quinn needs. Like I say, hell, let Kingsbury take, control of the offense. Get him a good quarterback. I can see Jaden Daniels, in a Commander uniform. I can see Caleb Williams in a Commander uniform because they fit that style of Kingsbury. So I definitely can see the Commanders probably being competitive next year.
And Kingsbury coached Caleb Williams last year. And the other thing too, the Brock Purdy effect. 24-year-old, 23-year-old quarterback, Bo Nix, Michael Penix Jr., Caleb Williams. These guys are older, so they're gonna walk right into the NFL and be ready to play. You don't have to worry about off the field stuff with them guys. Them guys gonna be ready to play. It's a different NFL.
And some of them might be married, have kids. That's why the NFL is better than the NBA. More maturity.
Yeah. And
right.
And I'm gonna tell you something. If I'm your team, New Orleans, at some point you got to draft a quarterback. This may be the draft to get you one. Get you one in this draft late because you can get you a Bo Nix late. You can get you a JJ McCarthy late. Just get a guy and get him up on the car and learn your offense because the offense you're gonna be running is gonna be the same offense Green Bay and San Fran and others run. So this may be your draft. You don't draft if you draft another Paul Breesy, your ass is done for the rest
of your life. Well, they taking it serious. They let Kubiak come in, bring his own staff in, and they taking this draft very serious. I think they want to implement and get the guys that Kubiak want in the draft.
Yeah, y'all got Kubiak?
Yeah, we got Kubiak's
son. They got his son.
Oh, his son.
Oh, Clint.
So they got our Clint. They got our listen of all teams. His hating ass got my OC. Thank you.
We like brothers. We like brothers now.
Yeah. But now listen, this is me saying this right now. I think Alvin Kamara is better than Christian McCaffrey in this offense because he's younger and Kamara can do way more. Christian he's run down now. Christian is good. He's only 27, but his body's banged up. He took a beating, man. But Kamara ain't done nothing over there but chill. Like
well, I say this feel like Kamara, he checked out early this season. Well, in the middle of the season.
They don't use him.
Hell, I would have too. Derek Carr was my quarterback.
Yeah, he just wasn't into it. I think
that's
he was fed up. If y'all already know, Alvin Kamara rarely ever say anything, but he was very outspoken this year. Like,
but Ben,
every time they put a mic in front of his face, he was saying anything and everything.
The West Coast offense is gonna run Derek Carr out of the league. It's over. He ain't gonna be able to run that.
But
Go get Bo Nix. Go get Bo Nix late. Take a
but what's so funny is we brought in the Raiders assistant GM to New Orleans, the same guy that helped fire Derek Carr, we brought him into New Orleans.
Ain't that
What
something?
kind
Maybe
of
they
You don't
might
want
junk
do
is
nobody
that
from
that?
the
again.
Raiders. Raiders don't know how to draft.
What kind of
he
junk
came
is
in and
that?
drafted Breesy?
No, well, that was dang, his name escaped me. Mickey Loomis.
So he coming to get rid of Derek Carr? He's the only one.
Yeah,
Doing
he coming
A
to
lot of
get
fans
his
speculate that they're gonna do an overhaul. Cause I think Clint gonna realize that,
Oh, that means you're born.
he have
That
brain
means.
farts.
So look, your offense right now. You got the pieces we have already right now. You got
We already have everything.
Kyle Juszczyk, that's Taysom Hill. Line him up everywhere, do all that stuff. You don't have the tight end. Just tight end. You're running back, McCaffrey and McCarthy. Then you got Olave, who is IU position. I don't know who will be your Debo. Maybe Rasheed to be your Debo.
Shaheed.
Yeah.
Then we got young A.T. Perry. Oh my goodness, dude, 6'4".
Who the tight end?
We use Joanne Johnson and the guy from the Raiders, Monroe. He's
Foster
a good
tight end.
Foster Monroe. He's pretty solid. So we have pieces, man. It's just not coming together. But Saints should draft a quarterback. I don't know, will they? But they might go O-line, because the O-line's terrible, or they might go receiver.
Did y'all see Bo Nix?
Probably out there.
Did y'all see his stats last year? Bo Nix's? He was like,
he put up some stats.
78%, 45 touchdowns, only 6
interceptions. You 30 years old. You've been playing football for 7 years. You look at college defense.
Yeah.
Bo Nix played 7 years of college. So seriously, he played 6 years of college football.
Yeah.
6.
That is a lot, man.
He better be ready.
So this dealing with the draft. The Bears have received multiple trade interests for Justin Fields. Justin Fields went even further and removed all Bears from social media.
I saw that.
So with that being said, Flowers, who should trade for Justin Fields, and who should the Bears take in the draft?
Well, I mean, they trade, Justin Fields. Obviously, they're gonna take Caleb Williams. I think that's what the Bears fans want. I think that's probably what they're leaning towards, unless something happens and they make the same mistake they made about 6-7 years ago. But if I'm a team trading for Justin Fields, the two, I throw a wild card in here: Pittsburgh, Atlanta, and the wild card, Seattle.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Seattle. I ain't thinking about Seattle.
If I'm wild, like I said, if I want to, just try to spice some things up, if
Seattle be interesting, because that'll be they a playoff team.
Yeah,
they are a playoff team.
Like run around like that, them weapons, that offensive line, them weapons, that'd be a pretty nice fit. Already can run the ball. Then he'll add that dimension. But let's just take Pittsburgh right now. Mike Tomlin, I know we stay on his ass. We give him grief, we give him props, but he wins with nothing. Like, he hadn't had a talented quarterback in 6 years, and that's with Ben Roethlisberger's decline. But he's
overweight Big Ben.
Somehow found a way to, win games with what he has. But even if it's Justin Fields or Russell Wilson, and this is just for Pittsburgh, you put one of those two in Pittsburgh, that team will win a playoff game.
They're going to be hard to deal with.
They're going to be hard to deal with, especially if you get somebody like Justin. They can run around. Man, they'll be tough to deal with.
If Pittsburgh gets a quarterback, man, the AFC North is going to be crazy next year.
I'm going to tell you who's going to be the quarterback in Pittsburgh. Russell Wilson. Watch.
I'm thinking that
where do you think Justin Fields should be traded to? What team you think would be a good fit for him?
I'd like to see him in Atlanta. I would like to see him in New York.
I wouldn't.
New York Giants. I would like to see him. Seattle would be a good spot.
Minnesota might be needing somebody soon, but I guess be in division, so I doubt it.
Let's all pray right now to the football guys that you don't end up in Tennessee, because God, listen.
Tennessee got enough quarterbacks.
They got a graveyard quarterbacks over there. They got tombstones all in that. But let's just try to tell you, you talking about Jake Locker, what's his name, Vince Young.
Yeah.
You name them, they got a graveyard quarterback.
Didn't they have Mendenberger or something like that?
Yep.
Yep,
Mettenberger.
Marcus Mariota, graveyard.
Yo, where the quarterbacks go to die.
That's where they go to die.
Gatwood, what do you think?
I mean, all those are great options, but I could really see Atlanta because he went to Georgia for a little bit. He's from Georgia. Yeah, he's from Atlanta. I could see that.
Yeah, that's a lot of great spots. I really like to see him in Pittsburgh, not Atlanta. I don't want to deal with him in the NFC South. Don't want to see that. So let's go shift gears real quick. Let's cover this. Russell Wilson came out and said, over the next 5 years, I want to win 2 Super Bowls. So Damian Woody came out and said this.
Not Woody.
Yeah, Woody. Woody had to get on him.
Before he walked, like literally, like over the past 3 seasons, 2 organizations have basically given up on Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
The Seahawks and the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
So before we talk about Super Bowls, let's just try to find some stability in your game first before we talk about, hoisting Lombardi. And why 2? Why 2 out of 5? That seems so random.
Hey, that dude's funny. I like Damian Woody, man.
What?
Yeah.
So, Gatwood, Damian said, "What's going on?" But Russell said he won't win 2 out of 5 Super Bowls. Whatever that means. Do you see that happening for him?
No. Yeah, there's no shot. I mean, it would have to be the perfect situation. I mean, like you said, 2. How about try to win a playoff game first before you talk about starting winning Super Bowls?
Right.
It's been a while.
I read a comment on one of the posts. It said the only way he get those if he back up Patrick Mahomes.
I know for sure. I know a place in the NFL right now. If he's a starting quarterback, they win the Super Bowl.
Who's that?
49ers.
Sure. Yeah, and I bet you all these eyes on this panel, when I say this team will be like, yeah, it'll be real different with him playing quarterback. You know what I'm about to say. San Francisco win the Super Bowl with Russell Wilson. Ain't no doubt in my mind. Ain't no doubt. Listen, because Russell Wilson, the problem with Russell Wilson right now is he cannot be with a team that's being rebuilt. Your coach over in Denver, this is his last ride. What he doing? He didn't only get rid of Russell Wilson. He got rid of Bradley Chubb. Like, dude,
no, that wasn't him. He didn't get rid of Chubb. It was the coach before him. No, it was the other guy. It was
okay, but listen,
what's his name? Yeah, Hackett did that.
The regime before that. Okay, the regime, but I guarantee you, he's trying to get rid of Patrick Surtain. He's trying to get rid of anybody.
I heard that too. I did.
He's trying to give Patrick Surtain to us, just like we got Randy Gregory. Just like we're getting you need players, bro. You need stars. My point is this: it's a team out there that Russell Wilson will fit with like a glove. But what you guys, Saints, will look perfect with him because he can run that West Coast offense. Dallas, Green Bay, it's teams out there that he can play in those systems and he will look good. Denver it was just a bad spot. Now him winning 2 Super Bowls, is in. I don't see unless he go to like Pittsburgh. I don't see 2, but it would have to be in a position where he got a good run game and a good defense because that's when he plays best to me. But I don't see him.
He could go back to Seattle.
No, he can't go back there.
You really go back home, bro. He had an episode. Ever since he left, he shaved his head. He looking like Britney Spears over there.
No,
so,
bro.
Yeah, go back. Go home.
I think the issue with Russ is Russ never wanted to leave Seattle. Right. Just like Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll didn't want to retire from Seattle. He wanted to coach another year. Like they run him off. They ran Russ off, and that's the business of football, right? So now, if you look at the quarterback market, it's going to be tough for him because people are going to try to get younger and try to get cheaper. So, I don't know. I really don't know a team that really would. I don't even know if Pittsburgh would do it. They should, But
I doubt. Yeah, how
If I'm
Montgomery
Pittsburgh,
is, I don't
if I'm
know.
Pittsburgh, I'm going straight for Justin Fields.
it's a wild
Pittsburgh
card.
usually draft, their guys. They
What about the Ravens?
bringing back goats, but
Oh yeah, the Ravens also. Yeah, that'd be a good fit too.
so y'all don't like Aiden O'Donnell? Y'all don't think he gonna get his shot?
I
No,
don't think the kid's bad.
Aiden O'Donnell sound like a late night host. Talk show
They
host. No,
don't
man.
sound like a quarterback.
No, man. Like you
Hey,
ain't
that's
taking
my
him over
theory.
me.
Hey, that's how I pick my quarterback.
The Raiders is a sneaker? The Raiders can use Justin Fields too. That could be with listen, you give Russell or Justin Fields, my boy over there. What's his name? The wide receiver.
Devontae Adams.
Devontae. He's over there just that's what you get right there. Devontae. So man,
Jacobs stand. I think he's
what's another team? What's another team more? It's gotta be another team outside. Because Jacksonville has a quarterback, Buffalo has a quarterback, Miami
got quarterbacks. Miami, yeah, Tua, man. I still not on Tua now. Russell Wilson.
Ben used to not be like that. Ben, we used to fight about Tua, man. Now you on my side now?
No, I never liked Tua. It's just I don't have nothing against him. I just don't think
Commanders.
that he's the guy to get over the hump.
Commanders. But the Commanders
Russell Wilson Commanders? I don't know.
They're gonna go young.
Yeah, that's
I'm just saying though, like if they needed somebody that can just come in and play. Like he's right there.
There's not a lot of teams out there that just want a veteran quarterback, man. It's just
what if the Lions wanted to upgrade?
They're not doing that.
Jared Goff, man. Yeah.
They about to pay.
The real problem is with Russell Wilson is how much money is he gonna garnish from this? How much money he won't?
I can see a scenario where Russ be a backup this year to earn a job.
I don't know. He shaved his head and stuff, man. He ain't looking.
If Denver cut him, they gotta pay him like $70 million. So I don't think money would be an issue, for Russ, because if Denver talking about getting rid of him, they're gonna have to pay. They have to pay him.
By division, the AFC West have all their quarterbacks except the Raiders. Okay, the South drafted Will Levis and Malik Willis. So
that's
I
not
doubt
gonna
that.
work. Tennessee.
The Colts have their quarterback. The Jaguars have their quarterback. The Texans have their quarterback. Then you go to the East. The Dolphins could be a place. That's one team, and everybody else have their quarterback.
Patriots.
Then you go to the NFC West. Everybody has
Patriots. I don't like that situation. The Patriots though, New England.
It's a new regime though.
But he ain't winning nothing. He ain't winning no Super Bowls.
Yeah, Russ ain't gonna. I doubt Russ.
Do we want to play? What?
when a man come out and say he won't win Super Bowls, I don't know. It sounds like he's looking for a legit team.
What about the Buccaneers?
Patriots.
Because Baker ain't re-signed. Baker's a free agent.
I thought they offered him a contract.
They're gonna offer Baker.
He's still a free agent.
They're gonna offer Baker.
Yeah, that one.
So Tampa Bay.
Got the offensive coordinator left though.
Tampa Bay, I think Tampa Bay is out of there. I think they're gonna re-sign Baker. Baker just took them to the playoffs. Then the Saints, they stuck with Derek Carr.
We stuck. Now, if we want to stuck with Derek Carr,
the quarterback. The Niners.
Bryce can sit. I mean, Bryce needs to sit.
They ain't shit number one pick.
He need to take, man.
And
he didn't learn. He didn't learn from.
Sean Payton.
He ain't got nobody.
Sean Payton's gonna ask for a lot for Russ. Not like he's not gonna get it, but he's gonna ask for a lot. He's gonna bid high to get low. So what team willing to give up some picks for Russ? Some second round, third round.
Well, you gotta think. Well, hold on. See, you gotta think about this because Sean Payton pretty much done ruined that. So teams will be able to lowball them, because they don't want
Who's gonna come play quarterback for the Broncos next year then?
Good question, right?
They're gonna draft one. I mean, they drafting top 13. It's like the 13.
We're about to see what I said many years ago happen. If the Steelers don't get a quarterback, this will be Tomlin's last year in Pittsburgh. Broncos don't figure out how to win this year. Sean Payton will be out of there. Like you're gonna see if McCarthy don't win, he'll be out of there. Belichick's already gone. Carroll's already gone. They ushering in the young guys to coach now because you got to look at the league now. The issue with those guys that I named is they stuck in an era and they want to play football. Andy Reid's the only one evolving and trying different stuff. He coming out there in full high formations and trying different shit.
What about John Harbaugh?
Jim and John gonna be there. Now, Jim and John gonna save us the entire NFL from Patrick Mahomes as having like 7 Super Bowls because
Chargers,
like
they there.
Like the Chargers gonna be good, man. The Chargers gonna be good. They're gonna be good.
Yeah, that's
They're
gonna be
finally
fun.
gonna take off like we always thought they would.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so.
We just been waiting. All right, we're gonna get to the somebody in the chat asked a question. It's about NBA. We're gonna get to it in a few minutes. Let's go into overtime real quick and talk about this stuff. All right. Welcome to overtime. Richard Sherman was arrested on suspicion of DUI. And I believe he was fired from his job. Yeah, again. I think he was fired from Amazon. Was it Amazon?
The Thursday night.
Yeah.
Damn.
So it seemed like he had a string of bad luck going on. Well,
I don't
drinking.
get it. Look, I'm not trying to sit up here and be judged or nothing, but if I'm Richard Sherman, I got money. Why am I driving? I just don't get it. I do not get it for the life of me. Why you have money? You have a nice
Call
home
somebody.
to be drinking in for one.
A $20 Uber.
$20 Uber. Like the NFL has well, I know he's not a player anymore, but the NFL has a thing like they got like a hotline that these people can call, like a calling service. You can come get picked up and stuff. Like it's too much. It's too much that you can do to prevent this. It's 2024. Like I said, Uber, Lyft, chauffeur services. It's too much for you to be your second or third DUI.
Mm-hmm. It's done. I don't think it's gonna be a while before you get back into the network. Like there's so much different options you can use. Still don't know why people still drink and drive. There's so many different things that you can get into. Like you said, Uber, Lyft.
He probably got a house on a lake or something. Go outside and look at the damn sunset. Look at the damn water and drink, man. Like, come on.
Right. There's so many different outlets you can use to get home safely. Like, come on, man.
Especially when you're like that age. It's not like he's like a college age.
Yeah.
Like, he's like older now.
Was he drinking alone? That's what I want to know. Was he drinking with his boys or at the bar sitting there just thinking about Skip Bayless?
You got to think about the last time he got drunk, he kicking down his girlfriend's door and everything.
I think that was his wife.
Or his ex-wife doing stuff like, dude, like
trying to beat her daddy. Trying to beat up her daddy.
So Ben,
drinking ain't your forte, man.
So Ben, you remember a few months back, and you had crazy man Marshawn Lynch.
Here we go.
Oh
yeah, Sherman talking about
bring it up, see.
Talking about Russell Wilson, his character.
That just kind of act out of just kind of make bad decisions. Don't make what this says any less true.
Hold on. I ain't talking about Cam Chancellor. Earl Thomas has had his run in. Earl Thomas has had his run in, trying to kill his girlfriend. So now you see why Russell Wilson wasn't. Hold on, now let me preach to the choir. Now you see why Russell Wilson wasn't hanging around Marshawn Lynch and Richard Sherman. Marshawn Lynch then took Patron and Hennessy and mixed it together to call it Patrinacy. You know damn well you don't mix the brown with the white. So you want Russell Wilson to hang around some Looney Tunes. You said it's something about Russ. You might want to look at the people that's talking about Russ. See now look, hold on now. Two times he's done this. Now he was just on TV not too long ago, and I like Sherman guy.
Yeah.
He was talking about Henry Ruggs. He was talking about Henry Ruggs.
Oh, no.
Was?
So
come on, dog.
How many years did Henry Ruggs just get? How many years did Henry Ruggs just get?
I don't know. Is in case.
Is it 11? I mean, he's facing 13, 11 facing.
Yeah, he's going to get suspended. He'll be on house arrest, I'm quite sure.
Okay, but let me tell you this, man. Be careful about. I heard this thing about this. I think it was Rod Strickland said, I posted on my TikTok. He said, the person that's talking, that's blurting out the stuff. You know, not the person that's viewing and judging. I'm talking about the person that's saying the stuff. And when I saw that, the first thing that came to my system was Russell Wilson. They badmouthed the shit out that man. Russ this, Russ that. And then you sit up here in the left side, because that's where you at on my side on when I'm looking at you right here. And you, I don't know, it's something up with Russ. He's a diva. So who you rather have? Britney Spears, bald-headed, shaved ass Russell Wilson over there chilling, or dysfunctional ass, paternity drinking, wild man Willie? Because you know, one of them is making a living off being stupid. You know, I ain't gonna say who that is. And then the
Oh,
other one
come on.
over here eating mayonnaise with jalapeno peppers, just trying different. That's Marshall. Let me stand on my head and become a human eraser. That's what you talking about.
But I think Marshawn don't lie. I don't think Marshawn would lie though. He seems like, you know, you already got the hood dudes that, you know,
who looks
they
more
don't.
credible? Who looks more credible right now? The guy who
Like,
is at the bar, at the bar drinking,
the fool.
getting screwed up, and decides to drive, knowing good well Skip Bayless is gonna use this as a. I'm telling you, Skip probably picked his ass up from jail. That's how much you want to talk to me.
He probably say you doing life better. You like how life treating you? Doing life better than me?
Yeah. Okay.
You better than your profession. You better than me? You sure? Huh?
I said, ain't he on the show?
Yeah, he probably say you still doing life better than me.
But man, in all seriousness, man, Richard Sherman, one of the biggest 49er fans who ever played for Seattle. I think he might have grew up a 49er fan. He gets to let it out now. But it hurts because this is exactly what the media want to do to him because he's outspoken. And this muzzles him. This shuts him down, shuts him up. But be careful. I've yet to hear Russell Wilson driving 100,000 miles an hour high as a kite. It ain't happening, dog. Like I have been saying to kids, live your life in a way where your mom and dad can sleep at night. He got somebody stressed out, man. And you need to take back what you said about
kids, probably.
His kids, education.
Russ, all right. Russ a good teammate, good dude. He mind his business, bro.
I want to say good teammate.
And all being a father, you know, doing the right thing.
Winning that. Russ say I'm winning that life, dog. I'm winning that life being football.
Yeah, that's good for us. That's good.
No DUI.
That's still crazy to me that Sierra went from Future to Russell Wilson though.
Yeah,
he took the safe route.
Hey, from the outhouse to the penthouse. You know what I'm telling you?
All right, let's go and show this clip. Cam Newton got into a fight at his own 7-on-7 tournament, man. Let's watch this thing.
Shit. Cam's a big guy. That's a big dude.
That's a big ass dude.
I don't let you have a crack at this, RC. Go ahead, man. You deal with a lot of You deal with coaching and stuff.
Hey, that would. I'm about to bring you to black culture, man. Come on in this. Come on, you welcome, my brother. I'm about to tell you about black folks, man. I'm about to educate you on black people. I can't say the word I want to say, but I'm gonna tell you right now, black people.
You know what he means.
Let me tell you something, man.
You invite me to the cookout, man.
Listen, just get your plate and sit down, man. You gonna hear some shit. You hear me? You gonna hear some shit about black people, man. You ever seen the movie Friday After Next? And Day told Roach, I think his nickname was Roach, they were hanging out with Day. He said, Roach, stop hanging around us. We live rough. Some black folks live rough. People are glorifying and laughing at this video, but this man could have lost his life in this moment. Yeah. I'm glad he was able to fight his way through that. Do you realize this grown-ass man had one man here, and that third arm comes somewhere because there was another guy over here that I just couldn't believe what I saw at an event that was free. Cam learned a very valuable lesson about his people. You cannot help us. You cannot. If you're going to do this type of stuff, you need extra security because everybody at these events events are not a fan of Cam Newton. Everybody don't like Cam Newton. Ben, you can speak to this. You know that arrogance. You know that arrogance you were talking about with Cam Newton. You know what you're talking about?
Yeah.
It reared its ugly head. If you listen to Cam talking his podcast and the way he is, the way he carries himself, it's something that triggered these people to jump on Cam Newton. I guarantee you it's something he said. I guarantee you. He rubbed somebody the wrong way. But you would never see this at Peyton Manning's event. Never see this at Tom Brady's event. Never see this at Eli Manning's event. Won't even see this at Trent Dilfer's event. You know why? Because they respect those guys. When our people don't respect you, Gary Wood, we disrespect you. It might cost you your life. And if you walk around with this type of energy, if you carry this negative type of energy, which he does, because he just had Charleston White on his show talking about whooping Charleston White ass. Did he not say that? He go whoop. So it followed you into your line of work. He's a big dude, but they got something for big dudes, and he better be glad they didn't have it on. Like, I was like, man, this is always us. I'm tired of seeing it. I've seen Little League football games where the parents take it too serious. To Liv's brother gets in an altercation and shoots a guy.
Shoot the coach.
Live where?
Gary Wood, culturally, bro, we are in bad shape. And what you just saw is not normal. See, we just done made it, we done normalized stuff like that. And it's I'm tired of seeing it, man. I'm tired of seeing it. It's a bad look, and I hope Cam sit his ass down. Because this strike two, y'all. Y'all remember the kid came at him?
Yep,
right.
Yep.
See, that's all right.
Cam. Looking like the Wicked Witch of the West.
So y'all know I give Cam Newton a hard time, but I would never take it to a point where I'm showing up his account that he putting on for free. First of all, I give him a standing ovation for doing that for the kids. Like, I would never go to somebody else's camp and disrespect them, especially if they doing that of kindness of their heart. And so I'm looking at this like, wow, man, y'all really gotta take a step back and say, is all this really worth it, man? Coming at each other like this, especially when somebody trying to do something for the community. And that's why they say a lot of the athletes never come back to their community.
No, bro. No. See, you don't know we don't know what happened. We speculate. We aired on.
Well, he could have said something. Well, we know how stuff always goes. We know how.
Bro.
Dude,
listen, but come on now.
Listen to me. Sometimes people do stuff for you just so they can say they did it for you. What's the intention? When I saw Cam arguing with a little kid, it triggered me. Like, dude, this a kid. You telling the kid, look at your bank account. You saying, "Law, you gotta understand when you leave the hood, when you leave the culture, what you struggle to get out of. It's nothing wrong with going somewhere, having this event in an environment where it's more safe and extra security. It don't make you weak. It's like these rappers who get killed in their hometown. Because what we believe is some of us come back to the hood to show off. Some of us come back to the hood to act like
Cam been around 7-on-7 for a while now.
You missing the point.
But listen,
I'm just saying though, like, why would you show it to another man camp? Like the kids though, disrespect camp. Like, why would you participate in his camp then try to disrespect him? Like, you the one who's there. Like, if you don't like the man, why you show up?
We don't know what triggered it, right? But this is what I'm trying to tell you. Cam just had Warren Sapp on his set, okay? And they were talking like Cam's energy was totally different from Warren Sapp because he probably know Warren Sapp would get with him. So, but when he got somebody else that he can talk shit to, he talks shit to him, and he comes off like that's the I know I'm 6'5", 230, okay. So let's say the guy is signing up for whatever, or in the words are said, like everybody don't feel you do. And then one thing about that group of people I'm talking about, Gary Wood, is they do show up. Listen, they do show up to the event, Ben, knowing they don't like you. You got people watching your show that don't like you, man. Okay? That's the reality of it. All right? So they ain't thinking about the free. They saying this dude say one word, I'm gonna get on his ass. That you got people that come just for that. But he gotta understand that he's from Atlanta. Hey, bro, I know I'm dealing with predominantly black people. I need to make sure I got extra security because we get ignorant. We don't know how to act at times. How many incidents you've seen where something like this has happened in the last recent? I'm talking about just
That's why I
overused
thought.
sport.
Yeah,
Overused
yeah.
sport.
Well, y'all remember this past summer where I was doing 7-on-7, and yeah, I was a coach there, and I didn't really like the scene. It was a lot of trash talking. I remember this kid, he was talking to one of our players, and man, he was getting mocked the whole game. He was getting told, but he was still talking noise. And I remember one of our other coaches, he could like, man, shut up. He told the guy name. He said, man, he had 7 catches and 2 touchdowns on you. So why you still talking? So I was just like, hey, that's the environment. That's the 7-on-7 environment. The kids, man, with the people come in disrespectful. So
I was at an
that's the
AAU
energy
tournament.
out there.
I was at an AAU tournament last year in Dallas. And me and my wife and kid had just left from the tournament. Our team had finished and we were done. We get a call. Hey, listen, 2 teams just got into it over here. Guy went and got his gun, cleared the whole parking lot.
Yep. That's why I don't really like doing it. I don't really like coaching at them events like that. Guys, just us talking crazy to a kid that the coach come over there talking crazy. I feel like that happens a lot,
what you
man.
think? What you thinking in your head, Gatwood, when you see that, man? How that make you feel, brother?
It's really a lot harder for me to speak on it. I mean, y'all can speak on it a lot more than I can. I mean, I hate to see it in general. I mean, with anybody, but I mean, if I guess what you're saying is like you don't see that a lot with the white quarterbacks with like Peyton Manning and all them.
They're real respectful.
I don't see it with Chung Lee Go in baseball. I don't see it with I'm just throwing a name out there, but I don't see it culturally. And one thing my people always do is, well, we always highlighting our bad or it's going on in all the other cultures. It's not what we love. Think about it. When Cam is fighting, who the hell is helping Cam?
Exactly.
Well, yeah, the staff had come over there.
So watch this.
And help out.
Cam got a guy here, he got a guy here, got a guy here. What if one of them guys got a pencil or a little
probably
poker
a gun on it? Cause they don't check
maybe
them events.
But by the time you get the Cam, it's over with. Because
right,
and that's my thing, man. It's like culturally, my issue is we can't reprimand us. We can't never address us, and no one's off limits. Like there's always somebody ready to hurt and harm the people we got in positions who are trying to help us come up out of certain conditions, man. Like Cam is no savior, but he didn't deserve that. But he welcomes that.
Yeah,
you gotta be
see, that's why. And that's what I always complain about Cam's what he always showboating and always talking crazy, and that's one of the problems I have with him. But that still shouldn't warrant people trying to jump somebody. Like, come on, man! Like we all grown men here, y'all should handle it. But that's not the real world, though. That's not the real world. We already know. I come from.
It can't
right? Yeah, that's why. I have been in a situation where I have been in public fights before at a location where I wish it didn't go down at, but. Tip of flares, I got a little smart math on me, and
dude, listen,
throwing bows.
I guarantee you become a professional athlete making 30+ million. You ain't showing up without security. Like, listen,
oh, no doubt.
Nipsey Hussle was murdered in his parking lot on his block at his establishment by somebody who was in his group. That means that's all. Everybody has a Judas. Some people have more than one. You got somebody one. So what Cam don't understand, what he probably gonna understand now is, dude, you a lawsuit away too.
Yeah.
You don't figure this out. So why would you put yourself in harm's way? Nobody say you got to be the savior for 7-on-7 football. I mean, come on, dude.
And sometimes when people talk crazy, you don't have to respond to that. You don't have to.
Security.
You don't have to. Yeah, you don't like, hey, security. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You don't have to. Just like what happened to Brees Hall in the airport. He didn't say anything to you. Like he told let his guys handle it. He was just laughing. Like, bro, what's this dude problem? He didn't go back and forth with the guy. Sometimes it's best to just keep your mouth shut instead of escalating the situation.
Y'all remember Dak Prescott get knocked out?
Spring
break?
Yep.
This is another issue. Them phones come out and they're trying to go viral.
Mm-hmm.
Dude hit Cam Newton. He hit Cam straight on him. Didn't do nothing to Cam Newton. At that point, when I hit Cam Newton and didn't do nothing, I looked at that. You just seen me bag out of the street like
I'm out of
this ain't normal. This is what Cam did just the other day was not normal. Like a woman that would try to fight you and you didn't want to hit me in that way. Due to a contract, man. Somebody sign Cam Newton right now, man.
That's probably why he's doing all that talking.
So,
nobody can mess with him.
Right, and that's how a lot of people get shot, though.
Yeah,
that's how a lot of people get shot.
That's the card that's played nowadays.
So, Flowers, man, what do you think Cam should have done about this situation or done differently?
I mean, it's kind of hard to say what he could have did and done because we don't know what he did.
Right.
Some was said, whatever was said, it doesn't garner to that happening. But as RC is saying, our culture, that part of it, is the word I want to say too, see, but I can't say it on here.
They say it, bro. They say it.
That part of the culture is what's wrong. And people need to understand that's easy to spotlight because, like you say, people love to gather around and see people fight and do ignorant shit. So, oh yeah, that's gonna be a blowing thing. But my thing is Cam Newton, like RC saying, he plays into that part of the culture. Yes, it's part of our culture. Not saying that it's right. A lot of it's not right, but the stuff that's not right is what's being glorified.
Yeah.
And that's what's the problem with the world, and especially our culture. But Cam Newton needs to understand this because if it was me, the disrespect years ago when that kid was talking about, well, you a free agent.
He should have left that
Cam
alone.
saying, I would keep his ass out. Get the fuck out. I'm not about to tolerate disrespect when I'm putting on some free in the community with my money. And you got your little stinking ass up here.
Yeah.
Participating in. Excuse my language.
Stop the free though. Stop the free. Make them
because that's what attracts. That's when you bringing in rodents and rats and people like that when it's free. Now see, that's why people charge $150, $200 to weed out shit like that.
Yep.
That's why we can't appreciate nothing because when he tries to give back, that's the result of it. Okay. Cam has to be smart though. You're from Atlanta. People don't like you. All right. You seen rappers die in their hometown, this and that. It's just what comes with it. Hell, and I don't want to say nothing bad about Monte Ellis or David Banner. When have you heard them doing something for Jackson? You know what I'm saying?
Listen, bro.
You don't hear nothing about David Banner coming back to Jackson. I wonder why. Hell, I'd be scared to come here too if I was him.
Where did I relocate to?
I'm telling you, man. A stranger not gonna kill you, bro. If you look at people, let's say for instance, traditionally in our culture, all our great leaders were murdered by. Okay, of course we know the government had their hands in it, but then if you get to the bottom, there's a black guy ready to take that spot. Even if you're doing you thinking drug culture, you thinking anything, you can go biblically. There was somebody that was mad with Jesus Christ because he was just too perfect, and I want that spot. See the way religion does it is they make it sound like a fairy tale, but if you really get down to it, they've been since they killed Jesus, they keep killing him. Because anytime you got this guy walking a certain way, that's why I was getting on you being about Russell Wilson. The issue with the world, Russell Wilson, he's corny to the world. But it's what you want. If you had a daughter, you would want your daughter to date this guy. Because you know why? I don't have to be in my bed at night worried about if he's trying to prove it to the block, if he's beating the brains in, if he got 1,900 women, if he got 11 babies future. So that's the issue with the world. We want this, but we glorify that. Cam has changed completely. He went from getting his hair cut and looking a certain way. Now he look like the wicked. He looked like the biggest witch on earth. So the fight could have started off of the dude could have been standing up there, been like signing on. You can just sign this paper and looked at Cam and was like, You got
Yeah, that's good.
the Sam Hill that you got on, bro. Why those pants? Why you got on your pants as your shirt and then shirt as your pants? Your shit is backwards. And Cam was like, if you listen to him, he brag about College Park. He
Yep.
glorified. He walks with this quiet, this loud arrogance. So that's the reason why he's not in the National Football League. He's controversy, and now he's feeding into it because he's hanging with Brandon Marshall. See, he's running
Yep.
with Brandon Marshall. And so my thing is, bro, I'm glad he's alive to still tell the story. Because when I saw it, the first thing I thought about was there's no one coming to your aid, but there's
Yep.
somebody that can walk up and end this whole
A lot of
situation.
people recording. A lot of people recording. They
Luckily,
ain't.
luckily, when no
That was a
gun
police officer.
involved, anything like that.
There was a police officer that came running in. Yeah,
Late.
like that, and that's what they need. They need more police officer at the 707 event.
But you
That's
know,
not enough.
but what's the problem with that though, Ben? Somebody like Cam Newton, like you say, you sitting up here dabbling in that part of the culture that's not good. The persona of the police is, oh, we don't need them around here, but you do.
You know who catches a lot of flack, but he's done it right from day one. Is Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan catches a lot of flack from our culture. You know his shoes is too high, but you got him a Louis belt. You know his shoes is too high, but your mortgage is high as hell. His shoes is too high. Why he don't do nothing for the black community? Because you know why? We fight like hell to get out of the community. We fight like hell to get up out of the struggle. I'm gonna go bust my ass for the money to bring it back to y'all. And then when I give you the money, you manipulate, lies,
squander it.
Tear up shit that I build.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but welcome to this. Listen, your boy Deshaun Watson headed down that same road. I follow him. He take pictures every day. He lost who he was.
I agree.
He used to be focused on football, fam. Now it's like he's standing in front of all 1,000 of his cars.
Got that money.
I hope CJ Stroud stays like he is.
Amber Rose. I saw what Amber Rose.
He on the line.
Said he claimed he didn't know who she was. And they didn't know each other.
CJ,
he said they didn't know each other.
Well, when he got her in the car, and she bent her head down, just like look at the floor. I ain't talking about nothing bad then. It said Amber Rose. I mean, God, dog.
See,
everybody, they know who Amber Rose is, man. Come on, stop.
Isn't CJ Stroud like 2021?
He grew up when Kanye was dating Amber Rose. There's no way in hell he's gonna
They living out their fantasies, man. They getting this money, living out their fantasies. Like if you look at some of these guys, not CJ Stroud, but somebody like Zion Williamson with no money, he ain't getting a lot of play. I'm gonna throw another name out there. We laugh about this, me and my boy, Lil Wayne and Jay-Z with no money, they ain't getting no money.
Oh yeah.
You got Lil Wayne and Jay-Z.
You got a bug. You got one bug. One look like a bug. One look like a bird. They ain't getting no lot of play, man.
Yeah, camel. One like a camel and one like a bug.
But this is my point. Back to the original point. I think everybody's making a joke about it. You go in the camp, telling them, boy, he was him, but he could have lost his life. We know how to, and it may not be over, man.
Yep. People like that don't let stuff go. They don't let it go.
I'm gonna share this with y'all real quick. Me and my brother-in-law, my wife, my sister-in-law, and it was DeMar Johnson that played in the NBA. He was with his girl, and we was in Arizona. And you know the guy from Power that he's a singer, I think, wrote Timmy. He was in that club that night, and you know we all in there in VIP. Billy Hamilton's there, and I'm very protective of who you with me. I'm with you. I ain't never had no fight, no club ever. But that night, it was dudes kept coming in the VIP because there were girls in the VIP, and I guess those girls were with those guys. And I'm watching this guy come behind my brother-in-law, and it looked like it's finna be something. Well, Ben, if you with me and I feel like something finna be done, I'm gonna protect you with my life, son. All I remember was security was taking me out when I came to. That's all I remember was security having like this taking me out. Because my wife told me I was shoving people, I was jumping off stuff. I had started the whole fight off of trying to protect my brother-in-law. So my point is, when you go into these clubs or you going into these environments, it's like the devil's den. You can't go in and be like,
just gonna chill.
I'm in a safe place. No, bro. I thought about that. I think about that to this day. If we'd have did that in California, he probably couldn't go back because you don't know who you jumped on.
Yeah. That's true.
And there's so many games out there. So, man, I hope ain't nobody watching this. I should have covered my face when I told that story, but it was a lot of slow singing and flower bringing game where I was slinging them everywhere.
Hey, see, how they carry you out of that, see?
They carried me out like Martin with my feet up. Hey, bro, listen, Flower, it was a Samoan guy. So nobody could do nothing with me at the time. That's what they told me. They said nobody could do nothing with you. You would just own one. But I remember hearing my shoulder do this. I heard it pop. Oh, I need to chill out. That's what my mind, my body was like, just going out the door. Just going out the door. When they kicked me out like Fresh Prince, like Jazzy Jeff, I was standing out there. I was like, I just got through out the club. Me? What, bro, I don't do this. I was mad,
right.
bro. I was mad, bro. I was mad.
Man, that's one instance. Man. That's why I don't go out. Like I cut a lot of friends off as I grew older. Man, they kept us in situations and fights, bro. I was like, oh, I can't keep doing this.
Every time I tried to go to the club in college, something always happened.
I remember y'all. Hey, Flower, tell where I was at. I was like, I ain't going to talk.
Hey, look, I always say I would not go. The one or two times I tried to go, the one time I tried to go, somebody went to jail. I said, that's my
RC. RC was so funny, man, because, you know, me and Flower went to college together. So they out at the club. I'm staying in my dorm when they come in.
We didn't make it to the club. We didn't make it to the club.
Y'all always say y'all going to the club. So, man, they come in like 12 o'clock. I still in the bed. No, I never go to bed early, and then probably like, man, you won't believe what happened. I'm just sitting there like, man, what y'all got into?
That's crazy.
Oh, man.
I'll tell you this story off air.
Gatwood, bro. I had to educate you on what we got to deal with or what you seeing. It's not normal. It's not normal, man. Like, it's sad. It's sad.
But it's been made to be normal, though. That's the thing.
Yeah. Right,
and it's not right.
That.
I do agree with you though about when you talk about, you know, like Russell Wilson compared to, you know, Cam Newton or somebody else. Like, everybody wants to glorify. You know, it's reverse roles. Like, it should be the other way around.
You lame, you don't go out and party and be hood. You lame.
So no knocking Cam, but Cam got about 6-7 kids, 3-4 baby mamas. You know, Russ Russ married this woman. Yeah, this my thing, man. This is my thing, man. Like, we are really jacked up. Like, we really, and Russell Wilson is not the poster child for being a good man. I said it recently on social media. A good man is more than just good to some woman. You're good to people.
And give me your money. That's what they think. That's what people think. That makes a good person. That you take care of me, you give them money.
And then you don't think Russ saw that in Richard and saw that in dude. I'm not hanging with Marshawn Lynch. Like, dude, I can't hang with Marshawn. Marshawn is a wild card. So,
DUI. Hold on, don't Marshawn Lynch got DUIs?
Yeah, he got a DUI like a couple months ago.
He got into a bad wreck, a real bad wreck.
Yeah,
they said he was driving on Rams.
You probably can hang out with Richard Sherman. I don't think he getting into many fights. He's a smart guy.
It ain't about the fights. It's about the carelessness of your life and others. And I think that's the thing about collectively on this panel. I don't worry about y'all. I don't worry that Gatwood or you or, you know, ain't no telling what Ben's into. Who friends they got to be up all night? Like, man, I wonder is Richard Sherman up again getting another damn DUI?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Guys,
you got to be able to police yourself.
That's the first one, man. Like,
and that's what it's all about. That's why I picked the cast that we have now, because people I know and people I can trust. I know I had a couple people that want to join the cast, but I'm like, no, I already know what y'all about, man. Y'all not gonna be part of this team and mess it up.
You're like, bro, RC ain't gonna be on tonight. Why? Man, he in jail again.
Right.
We gonna go here.
I don't know when
free my boy
RC on the show. He gonna be high as a kite
until it's backwards.
And look, I thought once guys, you know, your bed was going up. You like, man, come on.
All drunk and hungover.
I'm all for having a good time, but you got. If I got to police you, I don't want to be around you.
There's nothing good come from that. So, hey, well, hopefully Cam learns lesson. Now y'all know why I have my issues with Cam. Like I
Yeah,
said,
I
I
get
would
what
never
you-
come. I would never look. Yeah, like I said, I would never show up to Cam's training camp where he putting on and disrespect him. No, that's what he doing. That's what he got going on.
Yeah, I
If
would
Cam
want to
ever
see
invite me on to his show, then I say like I told him things why I didn't like. Then we just go on from there. But I want to come out there and blatantly disrespect somebody, especially on their show.
Well, Cam now and Cam a couple years ago are two different people to me though. Like Cam,
Yeah.
he really didn't get in much trouble. Like I mean, he did in college, but like his pro career, he didn't
just
really
talk
get
too
in much
much.
trouble.
Yeah, he did. But the thing about him, he didn't know when to be quiet and when
dude, listen,
he
it
had
ain't
his
even that, bro.
issues.
It ain't even that. Cam's problem is, and I say this all the time, man. A man with a lot of kids, a lot of women, that ain't a sound man. Because as men, all of us on here, it's hard to deal with one woman, two women.
Oh man,
But you got
I
to
can
just imagine
imagine.
being a man
I can't imagine dealing with seven.
Future has supposedly have 8 or 9 baby mamas.
Or Nick Cannon.
Come on, dude. Like,
The
think
Cannon got
about the
structure.
stress. And so then on top of that, you finna have another kid, dude.
I mean,
Crazy,
you see why they drinking though. If they got 8 or 9 baby mamas,
bro.
that's why they getting DUIs.
Listen, one woman is enough. That's a job itself. I can't
Right.
imagine having to deal with 7 different women that we are not on good terms. Like
Ever. Because I'm never gonna be there
And
because
then
all the birthdays on different days and all the
right, yeah, how you spend time with like 8 different kids?
taken away. Like they don't think about like that. But that's what Steve's saying. The thought process in that is not being thought out because you're not thinking about those kids. You're not thinking about the cause and effects of the things you're doing and what it's going to do, down the road. They're not thinking about that.
we don't think about this either. Like free will is something it's a blessing and a curse to human beings because you can destroy your life and you can empower yourself. You can like make life easier for you and you can make life harder for you. And some people like your decisions like dictate how you look, live, and quality of life that you have. Like, and they don't be thinking about it. Like Future's 42 years old, I think. So, dude, like, what? You gonna be rapping about what at 50? Like with 11 kids? Like that's crazy.
Still
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah.
crazy.
We do have a question from the chat. This is back to NBA though. I'm gonna read it real quick. This one from Chris. Can Bronny James get to Anthony Edwards, SGA, Donovan Mitchell's level, or is he more of a role guy? Anyone can take this.
If he get on 2K and he gets his badges.
Yeah, bump him up. Any player, bump him up.
Damn what he'll be there. And with his amount of money, Flowers, he'll be there tomorrow. He can be there tonight.
Yep.
All the BC.
Be better than
There you go. There you go, Chris. That's the answer.
We can't answer that, man. Look, all we can say
Anthony
is no.
Edwards level? Shit, no.
Did you see what Anthony Edwards was doing at Georgia before he went to the league?
Yeah.
Dude was a freak.
That was the number one player in the nation, Anthony Edwards.
And Anthony Edwards admitted that he didn't even like basketball like that.
He wanted to play football.
So that'll be a leap jump for Bronny to hit that level. I guess LeBron has sacrificed some more goats in order to get him to that level.
Sacrifice himself.
Did y'all see? Did y'all see about speaking of Anthony Edwards? Y'all see that video of Jason Williams when he was coaching his the Georgia All-Star team, and he didn't. Jason Williams didn't start Anthony Edwards, and
he didn't know who he was.
Yeah, he didn't. They said, "Why is Anthony Edwards not in?" He's like, "Is he supposed to be?" He's like, "Yeah, he's the number one player in the country." He's like, "All right, time out."
Get in. We want to coach whoever you want.
Yeah.
Right. All right, guys. That was a great episode, man. We went into deep talks about Cam and Russell and just everything. And we'll be back maybe Friday. I do want to go through the whole NFC and AFC quarterback list and we rank them off this past season. It can't be off your biases too if you wanted to be that kind of ranking, but
I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna do it.
Y'all don't do it right. All right. So we're gonna rank Friday the AFC quarterbacks and the NFC quarterbacks.
Well, we know what Daniel Jones gonna be at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big time.
Nah, I think Ritter gonna take that spot.
They run the
I think
close
Desmond going.
Yeah.
Desmond probably got that locked up. But we are brought to you by Bet Us. We got your game. Use Bet Us as a sports book. We have NBA, hockey going on right now. College basketball. So win big with Bet Us. And if you're new to the show, do something for me. Yes, like and subscribe, share with family and friends. Boost our algorithms up so people can find our show. And we got our subscribers up too. So keep sharing. We thank y'all for that. All right, guys. It's been fun. It's been real. You know, RC, just stay out the clubs.
Yep. More clubs for me, bro.
you know, us husbands are gonna be at home in front of TV or whatever, doing, maybe out shopping with the wives, whatever. But
nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. I like the easy life. All right, guys.
And to my boy Gatwood, keep being a bachelor until you find someone worth
You ain't got to rush it, boss. Have fun.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yes, sir.
Probably ain't gonna find one at the club either.
Nah, definitely not. Gatwood, I just say it'll be it'll be a time where you least expect it. Most of the time,
you'll be at Target.
Yeah, you'll be somewhere and y'all grab the same.
At Target, yeah, that's where you're gonna find it.
Both y'all grab the same Deshaun Watson jersey, then you know it's love at first sight.
I don't know if you're grabbing a Deshaun Watson jersey. I don't know if I want her, man.
She might be a good masseuse. She might be giving good massages, so you might never know.
I was just gonna say that, Ben. If she grabbed the jersey and the massage, marry her.
Yeah, she gets the massage roll. Yeah, I'm gonna marry her on the spot.
Yeah, she said, "You are the one."
Yes, indeed. All right, guys, it's been real, man. Y'all have a good night.
Peace.
All right, later.